Chapter 1403. In the Cat World. Fong Ping exited the Origin Realm, deep in thought. Beside him, a mini kitten was a little nervous and said pitifully, "Liar, are you trying to pretend to be the cat-protecting Captain's Tao?" "Yes, but can you not burn it?" The cat said pitifully, "I don't want him to die. If you burn the Tao, he might die. If the Tao burned, it would be a true Tao collapse. Even if Tian Chun changed his Tao, he might still die." The reason why it was not certain death was that if he was lucky, he might only be seriously injured. This had happened before. However, the probability of death was still very high. If not, Di Xing would not have been coerced by Fong Ping and forced to help the human race. Not only Di Xing, but the previous Ming Ting Emperor was also the same. These people changed their Tao. The true Tao was controlled by Fong Ping. Whether they lived or died depended on whether Fong Ping could break their Tao. Fong Ping glanced at the cat and suddenly laughed. "Fat cat, let me ask you a question." "I'm not fat." The cat hurriedly explained. "Third cat is the fat one." As he said that, he felt a little wronged. Third cat was dead. Fong Ping was helpless. "Fine, big cat it is. Let me ask you, if Tian Chun and I really fight to the death, one of us must die. Who do you think should die?" The cat said angrily, "Chubby face, and your mother fell into the river. Who are you going to save?" Fong Ping was speechless. F***CK. The cat actually retorted. He even retorted until he was speechless. Cough, so what if they fell into the river? "It's fine even if I don't save them." The cat glared at him. "Then if you don't fight, you won't die." "Yo, you're so logical. Who did you learn it from?" "You." Fong Ping smiled bitterly. "Fine, you win. Did I teach you?" "I don't know. Who knows if this cat saw it on the internet, or Fong Yuan said it, or when he mentioned it." Fong Ping did not mention it again. He laughed. "The Tao of Breaking 8 is extremely long and stable. How can it be broken so easily? As long as a little is left, nothing will happen. He doesn't need it anyway." Fong Ping chuckled. "Unless you encounter a sovereign, otherwise, there's no need to burn your Tao. When the true emperor descended, he wouldn't be able to care about himself or his Tao. He might not die, but if he didn't, he would definitely die. Big cat, are you going to watch me die?" The cat ignored him angrily. In any case, it did not want Fong Ping to burn down the cat-protecting Captain's Avenue. "Fine, fine. How about this? If I get killed, I won't burn. But if I get killed, my opponent will definitely sever my Tao. I think I'll end up the same way." Fong Ping did not continue this topic. Very soon, Fong Ping smiled and said, "Big cat, tell me, what's the difference between the true path and the false path?" "I don't know." "I know." Fong Ping grinned. "I've taken a look. Tian Chen's great Tao might be the true Tao. Actually, there wasn't much of a difference. False Taos all had a void gate, but true Taos didn't seem to have one. Even if there was, it would only be for show, broken. Old Wang, Tai Tu, and Old Yao should be one as well. Their true Tao also has a gate, but the gates are all open, just for show. Tian Chen seems to be the same. His other two Taos, the gates are open. I don't know if he broke the gate or it was originally like this. Mentality Tao's gate is also open, but his third Tao hasn't reached the void gate yet. If it's there, he doesn't have to break the gate. He can pass through it directly." The cat was confused and said casually, "He didn't seal the gate. What's wrong? Was it strange? Tian Chun had died a long time ago. Who would seal a dead person's gate?" "Idiot. What I mean is if Tian Chun died and the sky didn't change," the cat glared at him. "I mean if his Tao collapsed and the sky didn't change, it means that he's actually not controlled by the immortal source." The cat nodded. "If that's the case, the difference between the true path and the false path lies in the three void gates." Fong Ping rubbed his chin and said, "Then the emperor might control martial artists through the gate. The gate and the immortal source must be related." The cat continued nodding. "It should be, right?" "Then what?" Fong Ping said tiredly. "Idiot, it's hard for us to go to the immortal source, but there's still a chance to go to the gate. Maybe through the gate, we can solve this problem and let people not be controlled by the immortal source. Now everyone knows that there's a problem with the immortal source, and they're all staring at it. The Emperor is the same, but no one seems to have thought that the immortal source is related to the gate. Then we can solve the problem of being controlled through the gate, and the false path will become the true path. The cat looked at him blankly. Was there a difference? Forget it. Fong Ping was too lazy to explain to it. Of course there was a difference, but there was nothing to say to this cat. Fong Ping was a little excited. How much could he keep after installing Tianqian Dao? His previous combat strength was more than 43 million at his peak. After cutting some mentality, it was also more than 42 million. Not much, just an increase of 50%, which was 500 meters, and his combat strength would soar to more than 60 million. Directly catching up to Spirit Emperor, Tianqian was a powerhouse at the peak of Breakthrough 8. Leaving 500 meters should not be a problem, right? Fong Ping felt that it should not be a problem. If so, he could even fight the Emperor alone. Of course, it was an outsider's Dao after all. He was afraid that the Dao would be unstable and break. High-intensity battles were also very draining on the Dao. Even so, Fong Ping felt that it could still last for one battle. Fong Ping decided that he should give it a try now. He would see how much he could keep. If he had an idea, he would not panic if he encountered trouble. This time, he guessed that the Emperor's avatar might descend to kill him. He was not afraid before, and he was even less afraid now. But previously, he was only thinking about how to deal with the Emperor's avatar. If there was a huge improvement this time, should he plot against the Emperor? Fong Ping did not hesitate anymore. He entered the Origin Realm again. He wanted to try installing it to prevent it from completely collapsing. He felt that he would more or less keep some of the Dao of Breakthrough 8, so that it would not completely break. Just see how much he could keep. A few minutes later, Fong Ping walked out again. At this moment, Fong Ping was a little dazed. He punched the void. The cat looked at him angrily. The swindler killed many fish demons with one punch, and the cat world was shaking. Don't be angry. I'll replenish it for you later. Fong Ping did not have time to reply. He was still in a daze. It was really strong, a completely different feeling. At this moment, he felt that he could kill that old devil Heavenly King. Wealth, 280 billion points vitality. 600,000 calories, 18 million mentality. 0 hertz, 180,000 hertz force. 1,800 calories, 36 million calories vitality. Jade bones, 99%. Additional vitality qualitative change. Origin world, 1680 meters origin amplification. Pseudopath 60%. Combat techniques. Chaos vanquishing saber techniques. Plus 18%. Power mastery. 99% limit outburst. 634392000 cal /640800000 cal previously. Fong Ping's mentality and vitality had dropped a little after cutting 10,000 hertz of mentality to the avatar. Many cities had been integrated on Earth, and the origin world had expanded to 1680 meters. However, this did not give Fong Ping much help this time. It was still the original vitality and mentality. Fong Ping predicted that there would be an amplification at 2,000 meters. However, it was not important now. What was important was that Tianqian's Dao had been compressed to 600 meters. It was only 600 meters, but it actually gave Fong Ping an amplification of tens of millions, instantly making his combat strength soar to more than 60 million calories. Fong Ping was really surprised. It could really amplify. The Origin Dao was really too mysterious. No wonder Celestial Emperor wanted to cultivate the Origin Dao. Even now, Fong Ping was a little surprised that the amplification of tens of millions of cal Celestial Emperor was also a beginner martial powerhouse in the past. He did not have the amplification of the Origin, but he probably had the strength to break 9. After he created the Origin, perhaps his combat strength directly soared to more than 100 million calories. One could imagine that such a surge was indescribably tempting to anyone. There were so many flaws in the Origin Dao, but why was no one willing to give it up? The 9 emperors were not willing. Celestial Emperor was not willing. Fong Ping was not too willing either. If he did not know that the Origin Dao was controlled, he might have wanted to cultivate another Dao now. It was too scary. At his level, he could still easily amplify by tens of millions of cal. Who could not be tempted by such an amplification? The beginner martial side would not be able to cultivate either. If he told the underworld god that he was given an origin Tao that could increase one's combat strength by 100%, would the underworld god accept it? There was no doubt. Once it was 100% amplification, the underworld god would also be a 60 to 70 million cal vitality powerhouse. Why would he give it up? When that time came, why would he care about the difference between beginner martial artists? He cared now because he could not cultivate the origin Tao. More than 60 million calories. Fong Ping looked at the cat and suddenly laughed. Big cat, why don't you give me a punch? If I can kill you, I should be able to kill that old devil, Heavenly King Suppression. The cat rolled its eyes. No way. Why would this cat let you hit me? Don't burn off the cat-protecting captain's Tao. The old cat reminded him again. It did not want Fong Ping to burn off the cat-protecting captain's Tao and get devoured. Don't worry. I'm so strong. Do I still need to burn my Tao? Fong Ping suddenly felt a little impulsive. Big cat, why don't we kill our way up to ninth heaven now? The sovereigns should be suppressing the origin now. At the immortal source, there are at most a few clones. Even if there are 3 to 5 clones, I think it's not difficult to kill them. Just destroy the immortal source and let them plot against us. The cat did not want to speak. When they came, they agreed to only cooperate with Chu Wu. Now, the scammers actually wanted to fight their way up to ninth heaven. The cat said gloomily, "You're so powerful. They will definitely run out of the source. Even if something happens to the origin, they will kill you together and then go back to suppress it." That's true. Fong Ping temporarily dispelled this idea. Besides, the Tao of the origin was not safe. After all, it was not the sovereign Tao. He was worried that the sovereigns had a way to imprison his Tao. That would be troublesome. It was very possible they might even cut off his Tao and not let it grow. Was this possible? Yes. Fong Ping felt that now was not the time. There was hope in plotting against the sovereign, but if he plotted against one, the second one would definitely have a way to resist. Fong Ping suddenly licked his lips and murmured, "Why don't I expose my strength of Broken 9? Broken 9, killing the sovereign's clones. There might be sovereigns who will come in person. Should I plot against him? When the sovereigns attack, at most one of them will attack me. It's impossible for 2 sovereigns to come. After all, there's a problem with the origin now. They have to suppress it. Maybe I can kill a sovereign this time." The cat was not surprised. Every time a scammer came out to say something small, it would become a big deal. For example, last time, he said he killed a few catacombs' venerable emperors. In the end, 2 died and 8 were destroyed. In the end, it even evolved into a battle with the sovereigns. From venerable emperors to sovereigns. This time, the scammer came out to say he was dealing with beginner martial artists. There were many Broken 8 in beginner martial artists. Now, from Broken 8 to killing sovereigns. It did not seem like a big leap. However, the cat still muttered, "Even if you install the Tao, you're not as powerful as many sovereigns. Even Big Fatty, who is ranked last, people are not sure of Big Fatty's strength. You can't kill them. They will kill you." Fong Ping raised his eyebrows slightly. That was true. In that case, even if he installed a Tao, he could not kill the sovereigns. In that case, it would make the sovereigns vigilant. "I can't kill them. What if I add Old Devil Jin?" Fong Ping murmured. What if he added Heavenly King Jin? What if he added his boy servant? What if he added a bunch of Broken 8s? What if he integrated some powerhouses? Could he? Could he? He did not know. If they can restrain the sovereigns, I only need to smash the sovereigns with 1 slash. Even if the sovereigns don't die, they will be crippled. The sovereigns were not idiots. They would stand there and let you hack them. However, what if someone could restrain them? Could Heavenly King Jun and the others join forces? Fong Ping was not sure. After all, the sovereigns now were very powerful. 30,000 years ago, it was not difficult for him to kill the sovereigns. Now, it was very difficult. If Heavenly King Jun and the others could not restrain them, it would be very difficult for Fong Ping to kill the sovereigns. It was almost impossible. However, as long as he could restrain the other party so that the other party could not escape or leave, Fong Ping might have a chance to kill the other party with 1 slash. Who should I kill? Fong Ping fell into deep thought. This was not something he could decide. However, it was not impossible to control which sovereigns should descend. For example, he could insult the other party. He could insult them crazily, ridicule, insult, despise, or even stand on the other party's clone and shit on it. Could the other party endure it? It would be strange if he could. The big shots were magnanimous and generally did not bother with the small fry. It was just a saying, if he could. Why wouldn't he? You are a weakling, and you're standing on the other party's head and shit on it. It would be strange if you were not beaten to death. No one would be able to endure it. Magnanimity and magnanimity were all nonsense at this time. Sovereigns did not need to worry about anything. Moreover, they wanted to kill Fong Ping. Fong Ping was not their chess piece. The last time the Divine Emperor attacked Fong Ping was proof. Since he was not their chess piece, killing him was not a big deal. I have to think about it carefully. Fong Ping muttered, "Which of the 9 emperors hates me the most? Who is weaker?" Emperor Nan was above Emperor Ling, with a base of 70 million cards. In fact, even if it was Emperor Nan, it would be difficult for Fong Ping to kill him. With a base of 70 million cards, Fong Ping did his best and did not exceed the other party's limit. The probability of killing the other party was extremely small. However, thinking about it now, it was not illegal. Anyway, this time, Fong Ping felt that he really had a trump card. He could not kill the sovereigns, and it would be difficult for a few weak sovereigns to kill him. If Tian Chen's Tao is ignited, it may be stronger, but Tian Chen may be killed. If I kill Tian Chen, the cat will probably be in trouble. Fong Ping thought about it and decided to hold it in for a while. However, it seemed like it was okay to expose his broken 9 strength. He had already exposed his broken 9 strength. Would he think that he was stronger? It could not be. Even Sherpa and Luan probably would not think that he was stronger. However, they knew that he had taken away Tian Chen's Tao. They might think in this direction. It depended on whether they could guess how much stronger Fong Ping would become after taking away Tian Chen's Tao. I still need to have a strong foundation. If I have a strong foundation and have 60 million cards, plus the 78% increase in combat techniques and origin path, then I can go up to 100 million. And this depended on the integration of Earth cities and the replacement of true blood. Fong Ping's real body was planning, but his avatar was hurrying. Chuwu mainland was far from the catacombs, but it was not far for Fong Ping. He was also too lazy to walk too fast. He took his time and was not in a hurry. When Chuwu received the news, he would rush over, lest they think that he came secretly to harm them. Moreover, he would also give the sovereigns some time to prepare. Did they not have to discuss which avatar to send over? He would give them time. Yes, Fong Ping was obviously going to eat up the sovereigns' avatars. He was not afraid even if there were 3 or 5 of them. He was not afraid before, because he had Heavenly King subduing and the boy servant. Now he was even less afraid. Even if the avatar had broken through 9, it had a limit outburst of more than 40 million cards. Fong Ping's avatar was much stronger. Tian Chen's path is so awesome. What about old Devil Jin? Fong Ping's avatar began to rub his chin. Why not let old Devil Jin replace the path and install it himself? There might be thousands of meters left. Then he would be rich. He could kill the sovereigns directly. But soon, Fong Ping shook his head. Forget it. It would be strange if this old devil would give it to him. If he did, he would crush it and burn a part of it. If he gave it to him, he would be furious. At this moment, Ironhead shouted, "We're almost there. If we go any further, we'll reach the St. Martial continent." In front of the St. Martial continent is the Sky Arm continent. Fong Ping's eyes moved slightly. There's no St. Martial continent anymore. These people seem to have pushed the continents together and merged them into one. It seemed like Chu Wu was also integrating the forces. Previously, the underworld god had led Chu Wu for 8,000 years, but it had not been integrated. The Chu Wu mainland had its own camp. Now, it seemed that because Fist God and the others had returned, Chu Wu had been unified. As soon as Fong Ping arrived at this area of the sea, he felt waves of mentality fluctuations. Someone was hiding in the dark, passing a message. It was probably to inform the people of Chu Wu mainland that he had arrived. Big Cat transform. Transform into a tiger. I still have to give them some face. Fong Ping felt that he could not give them face. Fong Ping was the other party's archenemy. If he brought Fong Ping directly, it would not be giving them face. If he transformed into a tiger, he could still save face. At least he did not provoke them, right? Even if Chu Wu saw through it, it was not a big deal. If he gave them face, they should also give them some face, right? Giving each other face was the basis of cooperation. Otherwise, how could there be cooperation? These people had not let go of Fong Ping. They could not cooperate. After Fong Ping finished speaking, Fong Ping did not care. He transformed. In an instant, a silly and cute little tiger appeared. "Awah!" the cat called out, feeling quite satisfied. The tiger was also quite good. Beside him, the heavenly dog's face was stiff. Who could not see that you were Fong Ping? Transform what? Also, when he went to the mystic realm, Fong Ping was like this. Now it was still like this. Were you a fool when you went to Chu Wu? No sincerity at all. Fong Ping. Heavenly Hound was not as confident as Fong Ping. He growled, "There are many people in Chu Wu who have broken 8, and many who have broken 7 and 6. Also, they conceal their origin. Don't you forget. If you insist on bringing the stupid cat here, then protect its safety. Otherwise, I will not let you off." He was not confident that he could protect Fong Ping. There were a few Chu Wu who were stronger than him. Fong Ping waved his hand and said impatiently, "What trouble can there be? Sky Arm, an underworld god, know my personality. Even if Fist God and the rest don't, they know that I killed the Tao tree. Would they dare to provoke me?" The skilled were bold. If Fong Ping dared to come, he was naturally prepared to fall out. Chu Wu was a big trouble. They had been wanting to kill Fong Ping for tens of thousands of years, but they were still so persistent. Fong Ping had to figure out their thoughts. Otherwise, if they turned on him when the battle started, Fong Ping felt that they would be much more troublesome than Tianxin. No matter what, Tianxin was only one person. Chu Wu had dozens of heavenly kings. As Fong Ping was thinking, someone came through the air from afar, laughing. "Human King, I received the news that you were coming long ago. Sorry for not coming out to greet you." The person was Sky Arm. He and Fong Ping had the deepest relationship. When Chu Wu received the news, naturally, Sky Arm came to greet him. Fong Ping was a human king and had even killed the Tao tree. This was prestige. If they did not come to greet him, it would mean that they looked down on Fong Ping. Naturally, Underworld God would not let this happen. There was no need to embarrass Fong Ping for such a small matter. Sky Arm was still smiling at first. When he got closer, his smile suddenly stiffened and gradually began to fade. He was not surprised that Fong Ping came. He thought it was good that Li Hansong was here. Longevity, sword came. This was Fong Ping's sincerity, the sincerity of cooperation. After all, there were many Chu Wu powerhouses. Fong Ping brought his teacher here, but he also had to consider the possibility of falling out. Longevity, sword was not considered strong, and there was a risk of it falling. Fong Ping brought people here. It was indeed sincere because he thought they could cooperate. But why did Heavenly Hound come? It was not a big deal if Heavenly Hound came. Chu Wu and Heavenly Hound had a grudge. He had even killed it once before. However, when powerhouses fought, there would be wins and losses. It could only be said that Heavenly Hound was not as strong as Chu Wu. But the little tiger on Fong Ping's shoulder, Sky Arm, did not think that the little tiger was cute at all. He was only shocked. Big trouble. Why did Fong Ping bring the cat here? It was fine before, but now Fist God and the rest wanted to kill the cat. Now that the cat had come to them, should they make a move or not? Sky Arm's smile stiffened. Suddenly, his vitality vibrated, shaking the void on purpose, shattering the few probing mentality behind him. He could not let Fist God and the rest find out, or else there would be big trouble. Fong Ping. Sky Arm forced his smile back. He laughed and said, "It is Chu Wu's honor to have the human king here. However, Heavenly Hound and Fist God have some misunderstandings. Do you think?" Sky Arm smiled and gestured at Heavenly Hound. With an apologetic look, he said, "Why don't you let Heavenly Hound wait here for a while?" As he said that, Sky Arm laughed again. There is a small island 80,000 li away from here. Many heavenly dragonfish gather around the island. Although they are not strong, they are unusually delicious. Heavenly Hound, why don't you go there and rest for a while? Small fish, delicious, Skyarm clearly knew about the cat's hobby. He said this on purpose so that Heavenly Hound and the cat could leave together. Then they could have a good talk. However, if these two followed Fong Ping to Chuwu mainland, he was worried that they would fall out as soon as they arrived. As Skyarm spoke, he looked at Fong Ping helplessly. Don't bring the cat along. It would be very troublesome. It was not easy for him to suppress the thought of Fist God and the rest going to the human world to kill the cat. Now that he brought the cat along, was he not adding fuel to the fire? Heavenly Dragonfish? The cat was a little happy. This cat? No, this tiger hasn't eaten fish for a long time. Are there many heavenly dragonfish there? Skyarm's head hurt. This tiger? Do you think I'm blind? If you go there like this, Fist God and the rest will see through you. There are many heavenly dragonfish there. This cat will go fishing. This tiger will go fishing. Fong Ping said lightly, you don't even have a fishing rod. How are you going to fish? Let's go to Chuwu mainland first. We'll talk about fishing later. He knew what Skyarm meant, but this time, he had specially brought the cat along. He was worried that Chuwu would want to deal with the cat, which would cause a conflict between the two sides. If he did not settle it now, could he hide forever? How was that possible? The cat had a combat strength of broken 9. Fong Ping could not possibly keep it away from the battlefield. Of course, he did not need to kill people. Mentality intimidation was enough. Did he want the cat to keep hiding from people in Chuwu? That was not logical. That was why this time, he had to bring the cat along. Fong Ping was not really here to provoke, but to solve the problem. Senior Skyarm, say no more. We're not tired. Let's go to Chuwu mainland first. Fong Ping. Skyarm's expression changed slightly. Let them stay. What do you think? Nothing. Fong Ping frowned. Don't worry, Senior. Even if someone attacks Song who, we can understand. We can talk about it slowly. It's not like there's no way to talk. I'm not an aggressive person. He had thought of this. Fist God and the rest might attack the cat as soon as they arrived. However, if he showed off his strength, both sides could still sit down and talk it out slowly. Strength always spoke. The humans were not weak anyway. He did not need to be called weak. Fighting first and then talking it out was not a bad idea. Skyarm was not as optimistic as he was. Fist God and the rest were very stubborn. It was not as simple as fighting. They were really going to kill. What about Fong Ping? He could tolerate it for a while, but could he tolerate it forever? This was really troublesome. The feeling that Fong Ping gave him now was not as strong as Broken 2. Even with the heavenly dog, there were only 2 Broken 2. Fist God might make them stay. Skyarm felt a headache coming on. Fong Ping did not care. He smiled. Let's go, Senior. How can I block my guests and not let them in? I'm a reasonable person. It's not like I kill people everywhere I go. Senior, you've worked with us many times. You could be considered half a master. How can I kill you? Fong Ping laughed out loud. He looked like he was a good guy. Skyarm's eyelids trembled. Chapter 1405. Skyarm could not stop it at all. How? Fong Ping said he wanted to go to the Chua mainland. He also said it would be inconvenient to bring the cat along. However, Fong Ping insisted on bringing the cat there, as if he was going to solve the problem. What else could he do? Skyarm was nervous, hurrying to follow Fong Ping. At this moment, there were a few beginner powerhouses beside him. Skyarm said hurriedly, "Go and report to the underworld god that the King of Man has arrived. The Heavenly Hound is here too." The Heavenly Hound glanced at him. These people did not call him Celestial Emperor now. None of them were good. They bullied the weak and feared the strong. The people beside Skyarm dared not delay, hurrying to the mainland ahead. Although Fong Ping could arrive in the blink of an eye, Skyarm had asked someone to report first, so he could not walk too fast. Since he could not walk fast, Fong Ping did not stay idle. He asked Senior Skyarm, "Did Fist God and the others mention working with humans?" Skyarm said immediately, "Of course they did. Right now, everyone's enemy is the Emperor. Beginner martial artists come from the human world and are one with humans. If we kill each other, won't it benefit others? Skyarm began to lay the groundwork. Everyone was on the same side. It was not worth it to kill each other. He continued, of course, the cat was not in the human world previously and had no relations with humans. There was a small conflict between beginner martial artists and humans, which also originated from the cat. Actually, it was not a big conflict. After a few times of cooperation, it has long passed. That time, the humans did not suffer any losses, but they killed a few beginner saint powerhouses. When both sides worked together in the future, they would all be at the Heavenly King level. Fong Ping smiled. Senior, you are right. If we work together, the advantages outweigh the disadvantages. As for the cat, this is also something I want to discuss with the beginner martial artists. To be honest, to pin your hopes on killing a cat, in my opinion, this should not be the hope of the seniors. If a martial artist wants to defeat a strong enemy, then he should rely on himself and not some unorthodox methods, right? Skyarm wanted to say something but stopped. After a while, he sighed. You are right, but you also know that at the stage of breaking 8, beginner martial artists are almost unable to break 9. In the past, we were suppressed too much by the Tao of Essence. At that time, there was already no way out. A group of people who have nowhere else to go. When the time comes, they will naturally use whatever methods they have. Heavenly Arms still gave an explanation. It wasn't that Chu Wu wanted to keep an eye on the cat, but that they really had nowhere to go. At the peak of breaking 8, beginner martial artists could hardly go any further. In the past tens of thousands of years, only the Celestial Emperor and the Yang Spirit had truly reached breaking 9. As for the Emperor of Heaven Reverse, he was not sure. It might be the beginner martial art breakthrough or not. What about the origin? In the blink of an eye, the 9 emperors were born, and in the blink of an eye, the 4 emperors appeared. Very soon, they had suffered a crushing defeat at the beginner level, and they couldn't go on to the later level either. The Fist God, the god of the underworld, and the others were stuck at the peak of breaking 8 and hadn't made any progress for so many years. How could they continue on the path to breaking 9? If he couldn't continue, Chu Wu would never be a match for the origin. At this point, killing Tsang Mao had become their last hope and despair. Skyarm sighed. This is a fight for the Tao. The survival of the race is very similar to what happened to the human race. If you don't have the heaven-suppressing king, you will be in a more difficult situation than us. At this time, as long as there is a chance, will you not fight for it? Fong Ping, if you kill a cat, you can defeat the enemy and suppress the opponent. Will you give up? Fong Ping, we have different standpoints and opinions on some things. Maybe you think we are too much. Why do we have to involve Song Mao? Maybe you think we are useless and can't defeat the 9 sovereigns and 4 emperors and can only deal with a cat. But for the continuation of Chu Wu, we can only do this. Fong Ping did not say that he was quibbling. It was still a matter of standpoints. Just like what Skyarm said, if the human race had said before that killing a monster in the sea could solve all the problems, even if it might not be true, Fong Ping would still try. Perhaps the human race's experts would all try. Fong Ping could understand Chu Wu's thinking, but he still shook his head. The point is, killing Tsang Mao won't do much. Moreover, killing Tsang Mao is more difficult than you think, and the price to pay is higher. Yes, the human race is not as powerful as the 9 sovereigns and 4 emperors, but the human race has many powerhouses, no less than you, Chu Wu. Originally, everyone could join forces to deal with the enemy, but for the sake of killing Tsang Mao, you have to shed all pretense of cordiality with the human race and kill each other. Is this also in line with Chu Wu's goal? Fong Ping smiled. No matter what decision, you need to consider the benefits and risks. Right now, the 9 sovereigns are still in the origin, but the human race is dominating the 3 realms. At this time, if Chu Wu is wise, he should make a decision that suits his own interests. Senior Skyarm, you understand what I mean. Killing Tsang Mao will only bring you trouble now, not benefits. Moreover, I won't let you succeed. If you really act recklessly, I'm afraid the result will be Chu Wu disappearing from the 3 realms. The human race will also suffer heavy losses, and in the end, the 9 sovereigns will benefit. Your opponents are actually them. In the end, Not only did we weaklings not join forces, but we also killed each other. In the eyes of the sovereigns, I'm afraid this is a big joke, Skyarm nodded. Of course we understand the logic. Dart said the same thing, and Juan and I have also mentioned it. However, Fist God and the rest have just come out of the celestial cemetery, so they might not understand too well. So, King Human, please forgive us. Some things still need some time. Of course, our main goal is to cooperate to fight against the 9 sovereigns. Skyarm laid the groundwork again. Fist God and the rest would definitely not have a good attitude. This was inevitable. He only hoped that Fong Ping could understand his painstaking efforts. Everyone had some verbal conflicts, even physical conflicts, but that was not a problem. On Chu Wu's side, there was still a large group of people who supported the alliance with the human race. Fong Ping's temper was not too good, and Skyarm was a little uneasy. Actually, if King Wu or suppressing Heavenly King came, Skyarm thought that they could turn a big problem into a small one. In the end, it was King Human. King Human was different from King Wu. King Wu was more tactful and could tolerate some things, but King Human could not. They chatted along the way. Central Mainland. The people who had just left suddenly shot out one after another. Very soon, a large group of powerhouses gathered near the temple. King Human was here. The underworld god also walked out of a small palace. He had already received information that Fong Ping was here, Tengu was here. The person who came even said that Fong Cat was here too. The person who reported the news was not stupid. How could he not recognize Fong Cat? The underworld god frowned. At this moment, Fist God and his group walked over. Fist God's killing intent was thick. He strode over and said as he walked, "Underworld, Fong Cat is here?" There were also many people on Fist God's side. The 5 Broken 8, who came this time, were not without disciples. There were more than 10 heavenly kings following behind them. Some were their disciples, and some were people who had sided with them before. Chu Wu was very strong, at least at the heavenly king level, and was not weaker than Origin. They lost in the realm of emperors. Even though many Chu Wu powerhouses had died over the years, there was still a large group left. Beside the underworld god, there were also many Chu Wu heavenly king powerhouses. After all, the underworld god had been in charge of Chu Wu for 8,000 years. Over the years, everyone was used to developing under the underworld god's leadership. They would not quickly rely on Fist God and the others just because they were strong. Hearing Fist God's question, the underworld god glanced at Broken Consciousness beside him. Broken Consciousness must have noticed something unusual. The underworld god frowned slightly and said quickly, "Everyone, please calm down." King Human came with the heart of the Alliance this time and is very sincere. His teacher, Longevity Sword, and Li Hansong, the reincarnation of Celestial Emperor, are both Chu Wu. King Human is very sincere, so Chu Wu should also show his sincerity. We can talk things over slowly. Don't cause trouble as soon as you come and make a fool of yourself. Fist God said coldly, "Are you afraid that I'll kill Fong Cat now?" Fist, the underworld god shouted in a low voice, "I'm just reminding everyone. I've said that humans are not weak. There are many powerhouses now. King Human is also a powerhouse who has /9 levels. We can talk things over. Can't you even wait a little longer?" The underworld god's attitude was good before, but now he had to be more forceful. Otherwise, if King Human came and Chu Wu attacked Fong Cat, what was the point of the alliance? That would be too disrespectful to Fong Ping. He was young and full of vigor. He was not old fogies like Heavenly King Jin. When the time came, even a small matter could become a big deal. Beside him, Juan also added, "Everyone, there are many powerhouses in the land realm now. Don't ruin the plan." Fist God frowned and said coldly, "All right, let's talk. However, this is a rare opportunity. Since Fong Cat has come to us, we must kill him." The underworld god's face was cold, and he did not say anything. He felt helpless. Fist God and the rest were too persistent. If this went on, they might lose all decorum with the humans. There are still many powerhouses in Chu Wu. At this moment, Fong Ping had already seen the temple and the powerhouses in front of the temple. Almost all the powerhouses in Chu Wu were here. Other than Heavenly Arm beside him, there were 7 other powerhouses who had broken 8 levels. 8 had broken 8 levels, 10 had broken 7 levels, and 32 had broken 6 levels. This was Chu-Wu. There were a total of 50 Heavenly King powerhouses. After all, Chu had been around for tens of thousands of years. Even if many powerhouses had died, the remaining powerhouses were still a huge number. Over the years, some of them had also advanced. 50. What about the other powers in the 3 realms? In the other powers of the 3 realms, 1 had broken through 9, 15 had broken through 8, less than 5 had broken through 7, and there were a few who had broken through 6. In total, there were far less than 50 people. However, there were more people with broken 8, so they still suppressed Chu-Wu by a head. It had been 40,000 years since the 3 realms had been established. There were less than 100 Heavenly King stage powerhouses still alive. There were also many who broke through quickly due to the recent good cultivation environment. On average, a Heavenly King stage powerhouse would be born every 500 years. According to this situation, the new martial artists of the human clan should not have produced a Heavenly King. Fong Ping let out a sigh of lament. Beginner's legacy had been passed down for 40,000 years. 50 Heavenly Kings might be considered a lot, but it was actually just average. Those who broke through the 8th and 7th levels were almost all Heavenly King powerhouses who were born in the early stages of that year. There were actually not many Heavenly Kings who advanced later on. Were the 50 Heavenly Kings strong? Very strong. In addition, more than 8 of them had broken through. If they really joined forces, it would not be a problem for them to defeat 2 clones that had broken through to 9. There was even hope for the 3 of them. Of course, it was only 9 clones. The real powerhouses that had broken through to 9 were much more agile and powerful than their clones. The Dao Tree was proof of that. With so many powerhouses around, Fong Ping did not feel any pressure. Heavenly Arm glanced at Fong Ping from the corner of his eyes. Seeing that he was just lamenting and not afraid, he was not surprised. The King of Man was lawless. How could he be scared so easily? Even so, Heavenly Arm still felt a little emotional in his heart. Heroes come from youth. There were so many powerhouses waiting for him in Chu-Wu, but Fong Ping was still calm. Was it because of his strength and confidence? Or because he thought that Chu-Wu would not fall out with him? On the other side, the underworld god stepped into the air. From a distance, he smiled and said, "Fong Ping, I haven't seen you for a few days. Did you break through again?" Fong Ping laughed and said, "Underworld god, you must be joking. How could it be so fast?" Fong Ping also replied politely. Looking at Fist God and the rest who did not step forward, he cupped his hands and said with a smile, "I have long heard of the seniors' great names. Today, I finally get to see the seniors' glory." He glanced at Fist God. Without asking, he had already guessed the identity of the group. The half-naked one should be Fist God. He was very strong. He must have completed the transformation of Jade Body and Jade Bones. His vitality was frighteningly strong, even stronger than Fong Ping's. Fong Ping's basic vitality was actually not that high. A basic vitality of 18 million was far from Fist God's. The stern-looking middle-aged man beside him gave Fong Ping the feeling of a long spear with a murderous aura. Without a doubt, he should be the spear god who was ranked 11th. The guy who looked incomparably illusory should be a powerhouse in mentality. He was ranked 20th, consciousness breaker. The old man who was extremely skinny but had huge palms was ranked 12th, sovereign grandmaster. The brawny man who was not too tall with a metal staff in his hand was probably staff saint, ranked 19th. Fong Ping quickly identified the 5 people. At this moment, these people were all full of murderous aura. Fong Ping did not care. After being suppressed for so many years, it was normal to have some resentment. These people were also looking at Fong Ping. Soon, someone looked at Heavenly Dog and sneered. "Heavenly Dog, how dare you come to the beginner's land?" Heavenly Dog tilted its eyes and glanced at the person who spoke. It said disdainfully, "Heavenly Dog, do I need your permission to go anywhere I want to go?" It had a grudge against Sovereign Grandmaster, a very big one. 3,000 years ago, it had died in battle. It was Sovereign Grandmaster who had ambushed it. Of course, it was not Sovereign Grandmaster. At that time, Consciousness Breaker had also secretly intervened. The two of them had joined forces and defeated it. At that time, it had just entered Breaking 8. Sovereign Grandmaster was a powerhouse who had broken 2 gates. But now, Heavenly Dog had also broken 2 gates and was ranked above Sovereign Grandmaster. It was not afraid of Sovereign Grandmaster. Sovereign Grandmaster laughed coldly. This skinny old man's eyes were dark. He ignored Heavenly Dog and turned his gaze to the little tiger on Fong Ping's shoulder, looking around. Fong Ping? What little tiger? This was obviously Fong Ping. The few of them looked at Fong Ping with murderous intent in their eyes. Did Fong Ping really dare to bring Fong Ping here? Did he really think that they could not kill him? The others did not respond to Fong Ping's greeting, nor did they respond. They kept staring at Fong Ping. Fong Ping was not angry. Old antiques were like this. Speaking of which, they deserved a beating. He would definitely feel better if he gave them a beating. He did not communicate with these people. He looked at the underworld god. The underworld god smiled and took a step forward, blocking Fist God and the rest's line of sight. He smiled and said, Fong Ping, you came from afar. This should be your first time in Chua mainland. Why don't you let Sky Arm accompany you to look around? I don't have the time. Fong Ping said helplessly. Time is of the essence now. The underworld god should understand why I came to Chua mainland. Let's get straight to the point. Why don't we go in and have a chat? He was not in the mood to tour Chua mainland now. Let's talk about it later. Since the beginner powerhouses were here, it was best to talk now. The underworld god frowned slightly. He was prepared to talk to Fist God and the rest again. But now that both sides could not wait, he could not say anything more. Then let's talk. The underworld god called out. Behind him, the temple door opened. The underworld god smiled and said, Please. Senior underworld god, please. Both sides greeted each other politely and walked toward the temple together. In the temple, the seats were arranged in a circle. Fong Ping, the underworld god, and the rest took their seats. Both sides sat opposite each other. The cat had already jumped onto the Heavenly Hound's head. The Heavenly Hound squatted and occupied a seat too. Old Man Li and Li Hansong sat beside Fong Ping. Soon, tea was served to everyone. Fist God and the rest were slightly impatient. They felt that the beginner martial artists now had more origins. If they had something to say, just say it. Why waste so much time? Fist God glanced at the underworld god. The meaning in his eyes was obvious. He mentioned the cat. The underworld god's gaze changed slightly. He glanced at Fong Ping and said slowly, The King of Man came to Chu this time to talk about the alliance? Of course. Fong Ping smiled. The situation now is very clear. The fellows in the catacombs are inextricably linked to Emperor. Humans and beginner martial artists are Emperor's targets. Our alliance can be said to be a matter of course. Everyone's goal is Emperor. Moreover, there is not much conflict or irreconcilable hatred between us. Working together will benefit both sides. The underworld god should understand this. Working together will benefit both sides. In Fong Ping's opinion, this was indeed the case. Otherwise, he would not have come to find Chu. Everyone would benefit. Humans would not benefit from this. What the King of Man said is also to my liking. As soon as the underworld god said this, he felt a few gazes converging on him. The underworld god cursed in his heart. At this moment, someone coughed softly. Soon, someone in the hall spoke. Fong Ping was not too familiar with a heavenly king who had broken 6. At this moment, the heavenly king said in a clear voice, The King of Man said that working together will benefit both sides. We do not deny this. However, although there are not many grudges between beginner martial artists and humans, there are still some with others. In the past, a powerhouse from our beginner martial artists died in the hands of Tian Chun. Fire God was the leader of our beginner martial artists. In the end, he was killed by Tian Chun. This person ignored the underworld god's dark expression and continued. And the King of Man should know why all this happened. If there is no Ash Cat, there is nothing wrong with the alliance between humans and beginner martial artists. However, the grudge between Ash Cat and us is hard to resolve. If Ash Cat does not die, the powerhouses of beginner martial artists will not be able to resolve this knot in their hearts. In beginner martial artists, there are 8 heavenly kings, 10 heavenly kings, 32 heavenly kings, and countless powerhouses. Humans have heavenly kings, human kings, and martial kings. They're also very powerful, but the number of heavenly kings is far less than that of beginner martial artists. This person continued, King of Man, if there is no Ash Cat in the meantime, then the powerhouses of beginner martial artists will not object to the alliance. After this person finished speaking, he did not speak anymore. Everyone looked at Fong Ping. Fong Ping raised his eyebrows. This person spoke just now with the intention of breaking his consciousness. Fong Ping did not care about this. He smiled and said, this is all in the past. In the past, Tian Shan was also destroyed once. Moreover, Fire God attacked Ash Cat first. These are all in the past. There is no point in mentioning it again. Today, we are also talking about the matter between humans and beginner martial artists. It has nothing to do with Tian Shan or Ash Cat. Is it not as useful as killing a cat for both of us to work together? With that energy, wouldn't it be better to deal with the Emperor together? Let's not talk about whether killing Ash Cat can suppress the origin. Even if it can be suppressed, we have to kill Ash Cat first. But the humans will not agree to it. Fong Ping smiled and said, regarding the matter with Ash Cat, I actually came to beginner martial this time to be a peacemaker. Even if Ash Cat is really dead, it can't change anything. If we pin our hopes on killing Ash Cat, we might as well pin our hopes on the humans and beginner martial artists alliance. Fong Ping felt that the effect of forming an alliance with the humans was no less than killing Ash Cat. If that was the case, why kill Ash Cat and offend the humans? At this moment, Spear God spoke. He said in a low voice, Fong Ping, I'm afraid you can't be the peacemaker. The grudge between Ash Cat and me can't be resolved with just a few words. Fong Ping smiled and said, Senior, you must be joking. How can there be a grudge? As long as the beginner martial seniors don't continue to target Ash Cat is not the type to take revenge. Revenge? Fist God, who had been silent, suddenly snorted coldly. Then let it apply for the second trial. After saying that, he looked at Ash Cat on Tengu's head. Was beginner martial afraid of Ash Cat's revenge? Fong Ping frowned. His tone was a little calmer. He said lightly, Senior, whether it takes revenge or not, this cat won't care. The humans have no intention of starting a dispute over something that happened tens of thousands of years ago. Now, we're talking about cooperation. The humans are full of sincerity. Otherwise, I wouldn't be the one to talk this time. I brought my teacher and brothers to beginner martial artists to show the human sincerity. However, cooperation is mutual. We don't have to be passionate. Beginner martial artists will no longer target Ash Cat. This is also an important basis for our cooperation. I also don't want to see our relationship hurt because of a cat. Relationship? Duan Ji said faintly. I'm afraid the human relationship is not as important as killing Ash Cat. Fong Ping's expression turned cold. Do you look down on the humans? Or do you think that I'm here to beg beginner martial artists? Fong Ping looked at the Underworld God and frowned. Underworld God, is this your sincerity for beginner martial artists? He was too lazy to talk to Duanji. Instead, he looked at the Underworld God. The Underworld God shouted, Duanji, shut up. He was also a little annoyed. He had only said a few words, and these people had already started to target Fong Ping. If this went on, the discussion would collapse very soon. Underworld, what's the point of saying so much? Spear God said directly. Fong Ping, it's not impossible for the humans and beginner martial artists to form an alliance. Kill Ash Cat, and we'll definitely form an alliance with the humans. There are many beginner martial powerhouses. Behind Ash Cat, there's no need to worry about Tengu and Tian Shan. Fong Ping frowned and looked at him. Kill Ash Cat. How many of you are willing to cooperate? That's right. What if we don't kill it? Spear God said coldly. Beginner martial artists must kill Ash Cat. What if the humans protect Ash Cat? then they'll be the enemy of beginner martial artists. Senior, are you representing yourself or beginner martial artists? I'm the strongest beginner martial artist. What I'm saying is the standpoint of beginner martial artists. Fong Ping looked at the underworld god. The underworld god's expression kept changing. He did not speak. On the other side, Heavenly Arm growled, "Spear God, you still can't represent beginner martial artists. Don't misunderstand, King Human. Regarding Ash Cat, beginner martial artists haven't reached an agreement yet. There are still differences. We can discuss it again." Fist God shouted coldly, "Heavenly Arm, have you forgotten that you're a beginner martial artist or someone from the origin?" Heavenly Arm's expression was ugly. "Fist God, the humans are willing to cooperate this time. This is an opportunity for both of us. There's no conclusive evidence regarding Ash Cat. Jin has broken through 9. King Human is also a powerhouse who has broken through 9. Creation is also a peak 8. The humans were not weak. Very strong. Heavenly Arm did not agree to become enemies with the humans because of Ash Cat. This was not a wise choice. Everything about the Gray Cat was just speculation. They had no choice in the past, so they had to do it. Now they had won. Was it not more reliable to cooperate with the humans than an uncertain future? Would killing Ash Cat mean that something would definitely happen to the origin? Would something definitely happen to 9 emperors? He did not know. It was not worth it to use an uncertainty in exchange for a fight to the death with the humans. Fist God ignored him. He looked at Fong Ping suddenly. Broken through 9? At this moment, Fist God's vitality suddenly erupted. With a rumble, the pressure shook the sky and engulfed Fong Ping. Off to the side, Duan Ji also chuckled. His mentality shrouded over. It was not an attack, but a test. Fong Ping's expression changed slightly. He let out a cold humph. With a rumble, his vitality also erupted, but it was suppressed instantly. Both of them joined forces. In the blink of an eye, Fong Ping's body was suppressed until his body trembled slightly. The stone stool under him cracked a little. Seeing this, Fist God retracted his vitality suppression. He sneered and did not speak. Everyone was a powerhouse. Naturally, they understood. Broken through 9? Right now, Fong Ping was quickly defeated by him and Duan Ji. He probably did not even have the strength to break through 2 gates. If it were not for Underworld God and the rest, would Fong Ping have been able to break through the Dao Tree? Fist God glanced at Heavenly Arm, boosting others' morale and diminishing his own prestige. According to Heavenly Arm and the rest, King Human was very powerful and vengeful. The key was, did Fong Ping have the right to retaliate against them now? Fong Ping's face was slightly pale. He glanced at them coldly. His avatar had just broken through 8. Naturally, he was no match for these people. Suppress him. Take him down a notch the moment he arrived. What was he trying to do? He was here to negotiate, not to kill. If he really wanted to kill, he should have brought Heavenly King subduing here. Fong Ping was not a good-tempered person. At this moment, he looked at the Underworld God. His eyes flickered and he said in a low voice, "Underworld God, who has the final say in new martial arts? I'm the king of humans. This time, I didn't come to new martial arts to be humiliated. Underworld God, don't you want to give me an explanation?" The Underworld God frowned and glanced at Fong Ping. He then looked at Fist God and the rest and said softly, "Duan Ji Fist, stop fooling around." Fooling around? Fist God yelled. Indecisive. No wonder new martial arts has been suppressed all these years and is declining. You've seen it today. The so-called broken through 9, broken through 8 second, is a joke. If it weren't for your help that day, how could he have broken through 9? Since the cat is here, then he should be killed. Does he really think that new martial arts, won't dare to kill him? You, the Underworld God's eyes were cold. He shouted, "You want to kill him in front of me? Why not?" Fist God shouted coldly, "Seal the door." As soon as he said that, the temple door closed with a rumble. Duan Ji said faintly, "Underworld, what are you afraid of?" At this moment, the aura in the temple was a little strange. Fong Ping was in a trance. Beside him, Tengu's vitality erupted. He shouted, "How dare you?" Fong Ping, They set up a new martial arts universe in this temple. New martial arts universe. At this moment, the temple was returning to the new martial arts universe. This was the method used to seal the origin of new martial arts. Since Fong Ping dared to enter the temple, Fist God and the rest did not hold back. Even a lion would use all its strength to catch a rabbit. Moreover, Fong Ping and Tengu were powerhouses who had broken through 8. If he could seal them, wouldn't he be able to kill and capture them whenever he wanted? Fong Ping's expression changed. He said in a low voice, "Is this how new martial arts universe treats its guests? If I don't agree, they will kill me? Underworld God, what is the meaning of this? Are you going to attack too? Or is this the decision of the entire new martial arts universe?" Fist God and the rest did not speak. They watched coldly from the sidelines. Since Fong Ping wanted to delay, they were happy to let him. The longer he delayed, the higher the chance of the new martial arts universe sealing him. If Fong Ping continued to delay, soon, Tengu and Fong Ping's ranks would drop. Fong Ping ignored them. He licked his lips. "I haven't attacked yet, but you guys attacked first. Forcing me to kill you? Fine. I'd like to see if this is what everyone in new martial arts universe means, or if it's just Fist God and the rest. If it doesn't work, I'll just kill them all." Chapter 1406. Fong Ping. What are you waiting for? These guys are stalling for time, on purpose. Tengu roared. It knew that Fong Ping had broken 9, but no one understood Fong Ping's Tao. New martial heaven and earth had sealed its origin. After Fong Ping was sealed, how strong would he be? Even if he had broken 9, many of them had broken 8. If they really attacked Fong Ping, could Fong Ping win? Tengu was dissatisfied with Fong Ping's delay. It wanted to attack, but it knew that it was no match for these people. What was Fong Ping waiting for? What was Fong Ping waiting for? Fong Ping was waiting for an answer that would allow him to kill people with peace of mind. Before he came, he had made preparations for this. What preparations? Destroy new martial heaven and the others. But now, Skyarm and the others did not seem to be hostile. If he killed all of them, Fong Ping felt that he was really becoming a demon. Therefore, Fong Ping was not in a hurry. "You can't run." Fong Ping said something meaningful. He looked at the underworld god again and said calmly, "You guys have cooperated with me a lot. Now that Fist God and the others want to kill us, I, Fong Ping, am a vengeful person. Even if I die, I will drag others down with me. You guys, is this new martial heaven's intention, or is it their personal intention?" The underworld god looked at him, his eyes flickering for a moment. Fong Ping was calm. He was slightly panicking. Why was he so calm? Was Heavenly King suppressing coming? Or was there another reason? Before he could speak, Skyarm said, "Fong Ping, this is not new martial heaven's intention." If that's the case, Fong Ping chuckled. Then, the seniors are not willing to set things right? Tengu and I are both broken 8. If the seniors are willing to help Fist God and the others can't do anything to us. Skyarm frowned. Spear God said coldly, "Fong Ping, stop dreaming. Of course, if you behave yourself, we won't kill you. After you kill the cat, we can still cooperate." Meow. The cat was innocent. It interrupted, "The cat didn't come. I am the tiger. What does killing the cat have to do with us?" Fong Ping rubbed his temples. "All right. Why are you still playing dumb? This dumb cat, do you think everyone is blind?" The underworld god was speechless. The dumb cat was really stupid. Everyone didn't recognize you because you thought that everyone knew who you were. Fong Ping judged for a while and said again, "Seniors, in 20 seconds at most, the beginner martial world will seal our origin. When that time comes, I'm afraid there's no turning back. Are you going to set things right, or are you going to watch us get killed? Seniors, please decide quickly." Fong Ping was very calm. He looked at Skyarm and the rest, then at the broken 7s and SXS in the field, and laughed. "It won't be that easy to kill me, Fong Ping. Today, I came here calmly to discuss cooperation with Chu Wu. I am very sincere." In the end, a few pieces of rat poop came and ruined our cooperation, and now they want to kill me. Everyone, to put it bluntly, even if you don't make a move, it means that you have the intention of watching us get killed at that time. They would all be enemies. Fists and kicks have no eyes, so Fong Ping, will not hold back anymore. In other words, if you don't help me, then you are my enemy. Even those who were watching were enemies. Fong Ping believed in you, the underworld god believed in you, Skyarm. That was why I entered the core of Chu mainland, entered the temple, and entered the encirclement. Now, your people want to kill me. You can't just show kindness, you have to take action. If you don't help me, then you are my enemy. If I kill you, I won't feel bad, and I won't feel that I have harmed the innocent. This was Fong Ping's intention. At this moment, Ironhead and Old Man Li had already stood up, surrounding Fong Ping. Ironhead looked at Skyarm and growled, "Senior Skyarm, Fong Ping came to Chu alone because he believed in you. Do you really want to kill him? All these years, he has fought everywhere, and those who wanted to kill him are all dead." Time passed very quickly. Skyarm and the rest's expressions changed drastically. It was not a problem to reprimand Fist God. It was also not a big deal to have a verbal conflict with Fist God and the rest. However, Fong Ping's intention was clear. Help him. Fight Fist God and the rest together. This was not a simple question of being kind to the human race. Once they attacked, they would completely split with Fist God and the rest. Both sides would shed all pretense of cordiality, and Chu would have internal strife and internal strife. To them, this was an extremely difficult choice. The underworld god's expression changed. He said quickly, "Fist God, let them go. If you want to kill Cat, wait until they leave. When two countries are at war, envoys are not to be killed." Ignorant, Fist God snorted coldly. The underworld god was too ignorant. What was there to not kill envoys at this time? Go back. Jin was a broken 9. How could he be so easy to deal with? Tianchen was still behind Cat. He was also a peak broken 8. Now was the best opportunity. At this time, the 5 broken 8 powerhouses had already split up in 4 directions, surrounding Fong Ping and the rest. On the periphery, more than 10 heavenly kings also moved out, surrounding Fong Ping and the rest in the middle. If Fong Ping did not attack now, they would not attack either. When their origin was sealed, they would not have to pay any price to kill Fong Ping and the rest. Howl! Heavenly Hound howled at the sky. It could not hold on any longer. It felt like its origin was being sealed. Fong Ping, Heavenly Hound, was anxious. If they wanted to kill, they should do so now. Once their origin was sealed, they might not even be able to kill a single person even if they died. It would be a huge loss. What was Fong Ping thinking? Fong Ping wanted to put an end to this once and for all. Fist God and the rest straightforwardness made Fong Ping very straightforward too. They were dead meat. Right now, Fong Ping was not giving them a chance. He was giving the underworld god and the rest a chance. On the underworld god's side, there were 3 broken 8 powerhouses, dozens of broken 6 and broken 7 powerhouses. They were all looking at the underworld god. After all, Fist God and the rest had just returned. It would not be so easy to take away the underworld god's leadership. These people were all looking at the underworld god. No matter what the underworld god decided, they would follow. Whether to let Fong Ping and the rest go or not, it was all up to the underworld god. At this moment, Heavenly Arm's expression changed. On the other side, Ironhead was winking at him. Heavenly Arm glanced at him, not quite understanding what he meant. Asking for help? Or was there something else? Why was Fong Ping so calm? Honestly, if they killed Fong Ping, Heavenly Hound, and Old Cat now, would the beginner martial powerhouses really not be tempted? Even if it was him, Heavenly Arm, would he not be tempted? But he was really a little terrified. 5. Fong Ping began the countdown. 3. If you don't decide, then you'll be making the humans your enemy. Fong Ping's voice was faint. Ironhead could not help but shout, "Senior, Heavenly Arm, are you rebelling?" Divine Sovereign Justice's voice was cold. Were they rebelling against beginner martial artists? At this moment, Sky Arm gritted his teeth. No, he was panicking. Fong Ping was too calm. Something was wrong. Stop! Heavenly Arm roared. He broke through the air and stood in front of Fong Ping and the rest. He shouted, "Fist God, King Man," and the rest only went deep into beginner martial artists because they believed in us. Since when would beginner martial artists do such despicable things? If we want to fight and survive, then we can also kill strong enemies and exterminate Old Cat openly. Now we're luring them into beginner martial artists. Such despicable actions are not what beginner martial artists would do. Heavenly Arm's face was red. There was urgency, unease, and dissatisfaction. Fist God and the rest had just come out and caused chaos in the situation. This was not what they wanted. When Heavenly Arm moved, the 5 or 6 Heavenly King powerhouses beside him also moved slightly. They were Heavenly Arm's people. Every powerhouse who had broken 8 was a leader of beginner martial artists. Naturally, they had followers. Fist God said coldly, "Heavenly Arm, are you rebelling against beginner martial artists?" Heavenly Arm said angrily, "Be asterisk starred. You've been suppressed for 8,000 years. In these 8,000 years, if not for us, beginner martial artists would have been exterminated long ago. You have no right to tell me what to do." Rebelling against beginner martial artists. What right do you have to say all this? Just as he was in a rage, Fong Ping said faintly, "Senior, my origin has been sealed." Rumble. Fong Ping's aura slipped, falling to breaking 7 in an instant. Fong Ping murmured, "Senior, are you deliberately delaying my time?" On the other side, Heavenly Hound was almost angered to death. "I asked you to attack, but you didn't. What should I do now?" He turned his head and thought, "So fast?" Fong Ping's origin was sealed, just like that? It couldn't be. Could it be he was deliberately tricking them? Heavenly Hound growled in a low voice. It was not sure of Fong Ping's purpose. It had wanted to kill its way out long ago, but Old Cat kept pulling its ear, not letting it go. This made Heavenly Hound a little uneasy and suspicious. Fong Ping, could it be that he wanted to catch all beginner martial artists in one fell swoop? If that was really the case, then he was too evil. Did he have the ability to do so? Beginner Martial Heavenly King 50. This was not something Tian-chan could compare to. Fong Ping's aura slipped, sighing. "Senior, there's no countdown now. Can you protect us? If you can't, it's better to die in your hands." Fong Ping's aura slipped. Everyone's gaze was a little strange. Fist God and the rest felt a little relieved. After all, Fong Ping had killed Breaking 9 before. It was impossible to say that they were not a little afraid. Now, although Heavenly Arm had stopped them, he had also destroyed Fong Ping and the rest chance to fight to the death. Fist God was starting to suspect if Heavenly Arm did it on purpose. Heavenly Arm's face turned paler. Fong Ping did not make a move even when his origin was sealed? You must be kidding me. With Fong Ping's personality, if his origin was really sealed and he stood in front of him at the last moment, it would be strange if he did not kill him. Fong Ping did not make a move. Would he just watch helplessly as he stood in front of him and his origin was sealed? Would he believe it? Heavenly Arm was even more panicked. He looked at Fist God and the rest and shouted, "Release the seal and let them go." As soon as he said that, he shouted angrily, "Dark, what are you hesitating for? Do you want to sit and watch beginner martial artists be destroyed?" Dark God's eyes flickered. Very soon, he sighed and walked forward, looking at Fist God and the rest, saying softly, "Let them go. Release the seal. If you really want to kill Old Cat, we can wait until the battlefield. Now is not the time. Beginner martial artists are not the scheming type." "Foolish. Foolish." Fist God snorted coldly. He looked at the powerhouses around him and shouted, "Dark is an idiot. In times of crisis, are you going to betray beginner martial artists with them? If Old Cat is killed, the Emperor and Origin martial artist strength will definitely be greatly reduced. Beginner martial artists are not afraid of any forces." What should they do? Today was also a huge decision for beginner martial artists. Should they follow Dark God or Fist God? They thought that beginner martial artist strength had increased greatly this time. Who knew that there would be a scene of internal strife? At this moment, someone made a decision. On Dark God's side, a few people hesitated, gritted their teeth, and flew toward Fist God and the rest. They also wanted to kill Old Cat. They also wanted beginner martial artists to become dominators. The opportunity was too rare. They did not want to give it up. Fist God and the rest were not surprised. In their opinion, this was the choice beginner martial artists should make. Dark God and the rest had been scared out of their wits by the origin and had fallen. The last powerhouse to break 8, Juan, also had a complicated expression at this moment. He did not expect things to turn out this way. At this moment, he sighed and walked to Dark God and the rest, sighing. Let them go. Kill Fong Ping and the rest. The humans will not let this go. Fist God, consciousness severing, give up. Fist God's face was livid. The 3 broken 8s who stayed behind actually chose to stop him. Fist God did not say a word. He looked coldly at the powerhouses around him. Do you want to be like these traitors? All of you have forgotten how your ancestors were killed by the source. Have you forgotten how Fire God was killed by Tian Shun for beginner martial artists? Now, the opportunity to kill Old Cat is right in front of you. Do you want to be like these traitors and fall? Oh, at this moment, Tengu roared angrily. Its chi activity slipped instantly. It was really sealed. Broken 6. The sealed Tengu only had the strength of a broken 6. As for Tai Tu, he had a broken 8 true path. These people could not seal him. Of course, these people could not even sense this. They had sealed Tai Tu. At least his virtual path was sealed. Old Man Li did not even have the origin path. In their senses, naturally, he was also sealed. Previously, consciousness severing was still a little doubtful. He did not feel much when he sealed Fong Ping. This was not right. According to the beginner martial heaven and earth sealing method, the entire small world was converted into a beginner martial heaven and earth. If it was to be sealed, it should be sealed together. In the end, Fong Ping was sealed first. Could it be that Fong Ping was too weak? His Tao was too weak? Maybe it was. However, now that Tengu was sealed, these people had no more doubts. Not only Tengu, some of the beginner martial heavenly kings present, some of whom cultivated the origin, were in a sealed state at the same time. These people did not look right, but they could not say anything. Tengu being sealed meant that all of them were sealed. Anyway, Old Cat and Fong Ping did not show any abnormalities. These two actually did not have Tao. Even Fong Ping's installed Tao was also compressed very short. At this moment, it was indeed sealed. However, Fong Ping did not care. It was consciousness severing who dominated the beginner martial heaven and earth. If consciousness severing was killed, the seal would naturally be broken. In fact, they didn't even have to kill each other. Fong Ping and the cat's mentality were very strong. If not for the fact that they did not use their mentality, it was almost impossible for Consciousness Breaker to seal them. At this time, 3 beginner martial artists at level 8 stopped them, 5 at level 7 stood on the underworld god side, and there were about 20 people at level 6. There weren't many people on Fist God's side, but they weren't weak. 5 had broken through 8, 5 had broken through 7, and more than 60 had broken through. Many people on the infernal deity's side were also sealed. Almost all those who cultivated the origin were on the infernal deity's side. They knew that the Fist God and the others were hostile to the origin, so they naturally wouldn't choose them. In this way, the difference in strength between the two sides was very big. However, the Fist God didn't want Chu Wu to really split. He shouted again, "Do you really want to do this? Ming, after killing the Ash Cat, the source will definitely be in chaos. Others might not know about this, but don't tell me you don't know about this." The god of the underworld sighed and said, "I said I can kill the cat, but not now. Fist attack now. Chu Wu is a traitor. What difference is there between him and the emperors of the past?" Fong Ping did not come here for Fist God and the rest. He couldn't let this happen. Otherwise, it would go against his original intention. The Fist God was also furious. Bastard idiot! The opportunity was right in front of them, and they were still talking about being a traitor. Fong Ping looked at their confrontation and sighed. Do we really have to do this? Once we attack, we'll be mortal enemies, a great hatred that won't end until one of us dies. Isn't it better for Chu Wu to cooperate with the humans? I really don't want to stain my hands with blood anymore. Old man Li rolled his eyes. From his point of view, Fong Ping was doing it on purpose. If this kid really exposed his full strength, Chu Wu might not dare to move, but he just wouldn't do it. Obviously, he also had the intention to kill. Of course, it was the beginners who attacked first. Old man Li couldn't be bothered to say anything. If these people didn't give up, they would be digging their own graves. Fong Ping was not a pushover. If you dared to attack, he would definitely kill. Tian Chun and the Ash Cat were on such good terms. If it wasn't for the Ash Cat's pleading, Fong Ping would have killed him. In the end, it was still the Sky Garrison King who suppressed Tian Chun. These people had no friendship with Fong Ping. Everyone's interests were just linked. Now, in Fong Ping's eyes, they might be dead people. Fong Ping sighed again. Previously, Senior Yuan Hua died in battle, perishing together with the weapon master. That day, I felt that beginners really have guts. They're too similar to humans. Even earlier, the sacred martial gods surrounded us and almost got killed by me. That day, even though a few beginners knew that they were no match for me, they still fought to the death. Really, I was a little touched. This is Chu Wu. This is the senior who founded the martial arts. Although some of them have fallen, there are still some who are like us humans. They will never lower their heads. Even if they die in battle, they will fight for glory. I admire those people. But Fong Ping looked at the few people in front of him and suddenly laughed. But you guys really made me lose all of my good impression of Chu Wu. I was wrong. Where there are people, there will be martial arts. You guys aren't very capable, but you're good at fighting for power. Look, it's only been a few days since I came back, and people like the Underworld God are already standing aside. Why don't I just get rid of them this time, so they won't be an obstacle to you guys? Fist God said coldly, no matter how vicious your words are, you won't be able to sway me. I only wanted to kill the cat and gave you a chance. Since you didn't want it, I won't be merciful anymore. Fong Ping laughed and said faintly, Senior Sky Arm, we want to leave. Can you guys escort us out? Sky Arm's expression changed. Very quickly, he said in a low voice, all right, let them go. As soon as he said that, Sky Arm's vitality erupted. A long spear appeared in his hand. It was the divine spear of the weapon master. That day when he killed the weapon master, Yuan Hua and the weapon master perished together. In the end, this spear was given to Sky Arm. Sky Arm, you want to attack? Spear God walked out, a long spear also appearing in his hand. He shouted, get out of my way. I'll spare your life today. Otherwise, you traitor, I'll suppress you even if you don't die. Traitor? Sky Arm gritted his teeth. I'm a traitor? That's right. Bastard. Sky Arm was furious. All these years, he had racked his brains for Chu Wu. Now he was labeled as a traitor. Was he worried about Fong Ping and the others? He was worried about Chu Wu. Something was wrong with Fong Ping. Something was very wrong. He was really worried that something would happen. Even if Fist God and the others did not get along with him, he did not want to see anything happen to them. However, did these people really understand him? They only knew how to kill. Otherwise, they would not have been suppressed in the past. The origin was powerful. Blindly killing would not solve the problem. The 9 emperors were the root of the problem. Did these people understand? Fong Ping and the others were not. Fong Ping was just gambling on luck. This was not what he wanted. Sky Arm was flustered and exasperated, but he did not know how to start. He had told them a few times how dangerous Fong Ping was, but no one took it seriously. Even if he said it again, these people would not take it seriously. Underworld God, Illusion, escort Fong Ping and the others out. Sky Arm did not want to waste any more time. He would talk after sending these bombs Fong Ping and the others away. Trying to leave? Spear God shouted coldly, pointing a long spear at Sky Arm. Then you stay too. Dark, you want to stop me? Fist God also looked at Underworld God, his expression cold. Underworld God also made a decision at this time. He sighed and said, people who walk different paths cannot make plans together. Beginner martial is a myriad of paths, not just one. You and I have different ideas. I won't force you, but Fong Ping and the others are here because of me. Let them go. These people, you block me, I block you. At this moment, they all ignored Fong Ping and the others. Fong Ping waved at Fong Ping, who leaped over. Fong Ping said telepathically, "Later, you and I will shock broken consciousness together and break the seal first. Otherwise, this idiot doggy is too weak. Break the seal first." Once broken consciousness was killed, Heavenly Hound would regain its strength. My clone will deal with Staff Saint. Heavenly Hound will deal with Divine, Sovereign Justice. You trap Spear God, I'll play with Fist God, Fong Ping said telepathically. He was ready to capture all of them in one fell swoop, including those beginner martial powerhouses behind them. As for Underworld God and the others, it would be fine if they did not interfere later. If they did, Fong Ping would not be polite. That was good. Beginner Martial would return to its previous state. Even if the remaining 3 had broken 8, they would not be able to do anything. To be honest, 8 of them had broken 8, and Fist God was close to breaking 9. Fong Ping might not trust them. As for whether the Underworld God and the others would hate him if he killed them, it did not matter. Even if he hated them, he would hide it in his heart. Otherwise, Fong Ping would still attack. After discussing with Fong Ping asked Old Man Li and Iron Head to stay by Fong Ping's side. It would be safer this way. As for himself, he was ready to attack at any time to slay broken consciousness. Beginner Martial's side was still wrangling. Fong Ping said impatiently, "Are you done? I've already crushed the Spirit Jade. Heavenly King Suppressing will be here soon. Why don't we wait for Heavenly King Suppressing to arrive before we discuss?" As soon as he said that, Fist God made a decision instantly. He shouted, "Attack! Underworld, if you dare to stop me, I'll kill you too." Rumble. As soon as he finished speaking, he threw a punch. This punch was terrifyingly rich in vitality. Even Underworld God's expression changed slightly. A scythe appeared in his hand instantly. With a slash, he shouted, "Enough! Do you really want to lead Beginner Martial to a dead end? Following you is a dead end." Rumble. Both of them exchanged blows. The others did not hesitate and attacked one after another. Heavenly Arm was extremely anxious. "We can't attack. B** starts. Have you forgotten the reputation of Kingman? D***M in it. These idiots." As soon as he said that, Spear God shouted coldly, cowardly as a mouse, "You don't deserve to be a beginner martial." Mother **Kerr. Heavenly Arm was furious. That was Fong Ping who killed Broken 9. He was not an ordinary martial artist. Did these idiots really think that it was the Underworld God's doing? D**M in it. Rumble. The 2 spears clashed. Heavenly Arm's ability was not as good as Spear God's, but Spear God could not do anything to him in the short term. "Huan, break the seal and let Fong Ping and the others leave." Heavenly Arm growled. Huan was also a mentality powerhouse. Broken consciousness was not as good as him. If the seal was broken, Fong Ping and the others could naturally leave. After they left, it would be easier to settle the internal affairs. Now that Fong Ping and the others were in the middle, some things could not be said too clearly. Huan's mentality had just erupted when Heavenly Palm slapped him. He snorted coldly. "Traitor!" Huan did not say anything. His mentality manifested and instantly fought with the other party. At this moment, Broken Consciousness was maintaining the seal. Staff Saint walked towards them with his staff in hand, his expression cold. Because of these guys, a beginner martial artist had an internal conflict. They deserved to die. Fong Ping rubbed his chin. They really did it? Now that the Rod Saint has come to them alone, should I kill him or not? Fong Ping thought for a while and looked at Staff Saint. "Forget it. I'll give you a chance. It's best if you cherish it. If you don't, then the first person to die will be Broken Consciousness." Fong Ping grabbed the cat on his shoulder and sighed. "Forget it. I'll give you the cat. Just kill the cat. This has nothing to do with me." A sneer appeared on Staff Saint's face. As for Fong Ping, he grabbed the cat and tossed it towards Staff Saint. "Pray for your own luck. It's best if you leave. If you don't, Cat Broken 9, my real body is there." Staff Saint was not strong. He had just broken 8, and his vitality was 22 million calories. Honestly, this kind of powerhouse was an ultimate powerhouse in the past. Now he was really nothing. 2 broken 9 powerhouses plotted against him together. It was his luck. The cat was innocent and confused. When it was tossed out, it advised kindly, "Go, don't hit me. I'm very strong. So are liars. You should go, or you'll die." To Staff Saint, this was a mockery. This cat, on the brink of death, still dared to mock him. "You're very strong? How strong are you? Kill." He did not respond at all. With a sweep of his staff, the void exploded. He wanted to kill the cat with one strike. This strike was with all his strength. He was worried that Fong Ping and the others would come to stop him. Although they were not considered strong now, if they killed the cat, it could also stop the underworld god and the others from thinking. Perhaps there would be no more internal conflict. At this moment, Heavenly Arm was scared out of his wits. He shouted, "Stop!" It was better if he did not shout. The more he shouted, the more Staff Saint went all out, faster and faster. Kill! This Heavenly Arm fellow was really obsessed. If he killed the cat, the origin would be in turmoil. When the time came, the beginner martial artist would be the strongest. Even Jun and the others would be affected. If they attacked together and destroyed the 3 realms' origin, would they be afraid of the arrival of the Emperor? Kill! Staff Saint shouted again. The long staff descended, hitting the cat's head. He could already see the cat's head exploding. This strike, with all his might, could definitely kill the cat. Even if this cat had forged jade bones, so what? Did this cat know how to use it? Did it know combat techniques? Staff Saint, Heavenly Arm roared, feeling anxious. Danger, very dangerous. Why would Fong Ping throw the cat out for you to kill? You don't understand Fong Ping at all. This was big trouble. Could it be that Jun was hiding in the cat's world? Previously, the cat had hidden the monster emperor. This Staff Saint fellow did not know, but how could they not know? However, in the next moment, everyone was stunned for a moment. They were all watching the cat fall. However, at this moment, the cat curled its tail and curled it around the long staff. It said pitifully, "Cats don't fight. Don't hit cats." It did not fight back. It just entangled the long staff. However, Staff Saint's all-out attack was entangled and could not land. Staff Saint's expression changed drastically. How was this possible? He could not accept it. Without another word, he went all out. Vitality gushed out from his entire body, and the long staff glowed blood red. However, with his limit of more than 20 million calories, how could he break free from the cat's control? At this moment, the cat's mouth opened wide. A human voice was heard. Really, why did he have to die? He's too easy to kill. Sigh, idiot. Staff Saint went all out, almost without any defense. All of his vitality flowed into the long staff. The long staff was entangled by the cat. 2 broken 9 martial artists working together to kill 1 broken 8 martial artist. Moreover, he was a beginner. Fong Ping felt that it was too much of a bully. He did not want to bully others like this. However, it was better to be straightforward, lest Staff Saints suffered. At this moment, a Chongdao floated out slowly. Very slowly. It floated out from the cat's mouth. The speed was not fast at all, and there was no leakage of energy. Like a child, it raised the Chongdao and aimed, slashing its Staff Saint's head. It was really very slow. However, Staff Saint wanted to dodge, retreat, and leave, but he could not do it. Staff Saint's eyes widened. What was this? He felt like he was in a trance. Behind him, Tengu sympathized with him. 2 broken 9 martial artists against 1. His death was worth it. It was equivalent to 2 martial emperors against him in the past. Was his death worth it? The long saber fell lightly. With just a slash, it was effortless. With a splat, Staff Saint was cut in half from head to tail. Very easy. It was like cutting tofu. Staff Saint was not jade. His vitality was strong, but his jade bones were not completely forged. At this moment, he was cut in half by the chaos-vanquishing saber. His skull cracked. If it were a normal saber, he might not die. But now he was dead. Chaos-vanquishing saber, slashing thousands of daos. Dead body, dead body. The Rod Saint was still in the state of striking, but his eyes gradually dimmed. The Changdao gently cut him in half. At this moment, endless vitality gushed out. Fong Ping was a little surprised. This was similar to the lifeless vitality he encountered in the king's battleground. Was this how a beginner martial artist was killed? No wonder those martial emperors killed beginner martial artists and gained a lot of benefits. Staff Saint was not considered strong among Broken 8 martial artists, but his vitality was terrifyingly strong. Fong Ping was too lazy to take it. With one slash, he sent the two halves of the corpse flying, landing in front of Old Man Li. Among those present, Staff Saint's vitality should be the most helpful to Old Man Li. No matter what, he was still a Broken 8 martial artist. Everyone was silent for a moment. With such a light slash, Staff Saint was cut in half and sent flying. At this moment, everyone could not react. What happened? What happened to Staff Saint? He was cut in half, but that did not mean he was dead. Beginner martial artists had strong vitality. What was Staff Saint doing? He was gathering his flesh. Also, who cut Staff Saint open? Everyone had countless thoughts. At this moment, Heavenly Arm's eyes revealed a touch of sorrow. Dead. Staff Saint was dead. As expected, his guess was right. There was a powerhouse in Cat's world. It was not Jun, it was Fong Ping. Fong Ping? There were two Fong Pings. Heavenly Arm was howling, but he did not know how to howl. At this moment, Fist God reacted. His expression changed drastically. He shouted, "Consciousness Breaker, go!" "Why are you going?" Fong Ping wore a smile. Almost as if he had teleported, he walked to Consciousness Breaker's side, his mentality erupting. On the other side, Cattail waved the long staff, his mentality erupting too. Two powerhouses whose mentality had gone through a qualitative change used their mentality together to shock Consciousness Breaker. Consciousness Breaker fell into a momentary trance. At this moment, Fong Ping raised his saber, pointed it at his head, and chuckled. "It's good that you're in a trance. There's no pain. I freed you." The Changdao fell slowly. His head was cut off. Fong Ping grabbed a piece of crystal that condensed quickly. He laughed. A Broken 8 mentality crystal. That's good. It was a rare item. Rumble. The basilica exploded. The beginner martial world collapsed. Consciousness Breaker was dead. In that instant, two Broken 8 martial artists did not even have time to react. They were finished off by Fong Ping and Cattail. Two emperors against a Broken 8 martial artist. There was no way they could survive. Dead. The two Broken 8 martial artists who died probably did not come to their senses until the moment they died. What happened? Consciousness Breaker. Fist God's eyes were red. How could this be? How could Consciousness Breaker and Staff Saint die just like that? Impossible. He dared not believe it. He did not want to believe it. No, it could not be true. Definitely not. It was an illusion. Yes, it was an illusion. Fong Ping and Cattail created an illusion. Fist God was going crazy. He did not believe it. He really did not believe it. Chapter 14:07. The Rod Saint was dead. His sense severing was dead. The beginner martial realm was broken. At this moment, the experts were in disbelief. Fong Ping, on the other hand, pursed his lips, feeling a little regretful. He said softly, "They should have blown it up a little. Even if they die, they won't be able to show off." What a pity. If 2 died and 8 were destroyed, wouldn't the world be shaken? You're not shaking your origin? Why don't you move? In the end, his death was not even as big as the commotion of a paragon. Fong Ping felt that it was too much of a pity. This was the first time he had killed more than 8 with his own hands. He was not the one who killed the weapon master. The path tree he had killed earlier was Pajio. Breaking 8? First clear. Fong Ping felt a little regretful. Wielding his glaive, he looked at the dumbfounded people and smiled. "Why are you looking at me? Big Dog, divine sovereign justice is yours. Big Cat, spear god is yours. Fist God, let me play with you?" As he said that, Fong Ping strode forward, slashing with his saber. With a rumble, a broken 7 was directly cut in half by him. Qi and blood surged from the corpse. Fong Ping flicked his Changdao and sent it flying. landing on Old Man Li's side once more. Fong Ping was smiling, but he looked like a demon. Killing people was too easy. His clone was currently rushing towards the heavenly kings who had broken through to the 7th level. Skyarm and the rest were still in a daze. Very soon, the underworld god came to his senses and roared, "No, Fong Ping, they don't know anything. They just came out of the sky cemetery." Fong Ping laughed. "Since he's so stupid, then I'll just kill him. Nether God, we are still friends. Will Chu Wu be destroyed, or will they be destroyed? I believe that you have a very good choice." Fong Ping, a look of despair appeared in the Nether God's eyes. He didn't want to kill Fist God and the others. Seriously, there weren't many beginner martial artists left. Breaking through 8 out of 8 was their foundation and everything to them. Now 2 of them were dead. The Fist God was close to breaking 9. He was the hope of beginner martial artists. But now it was over. It was really over. Fong Ping was a rank 9 powerhouse. The Fist God came back to his senses and suddenly seemed to have aged a lot. Looking at Fong Ping, Fist God then looked at Consciousness Breaker and Rod Saint, who were killed. His voice was slightly hoarse. "You've broken 9? Fong Ping laughed. "Why don't you guess? Why didn't you say anything before?" Fist God was going a little crazy. Previously, Fong Ping had said that he would not make a move. Fong Ping chuckled. "Humans, why are they all like this? What does it have to do with you that I'm breaking through the 9th level? Why should I tell you?" He laughed mockingly. "Why should I tell you? Can't I hold back?" The Fist God's eyes were bloodshot. He, the Rod Saint, and the others had been suppressed for 8,000 years and had only been out for a few days. Even the emperors of the past were not among them. Today, 2 out of the 5 of them had died. 9 breakthrough? So what if you've broken through 9? The Fist God roared, and his blood was burning. There was a loud boom. Fist God's chi and blood were terrifyingly strong. He burned his chi and blood directly. So what if he was at breakthrough 9? Fong Ping. He wanted to kill Fong Ping for revenge. So powerful. Fong Ping praised. So strong. Even if the Dao tree is alive, it might not be able to kill you. There's still a chance that you can escape this calamity. Too strong. Fist God's vitality was close to 40 million calories. Now that he was burning his vitality, there were faint signs of him breaking through to the 9th heaven. If the Dao tree revived and fought with the Fist God, even if the Fist God was no match for it, there was still hope for him to escape. But now, the beginner martial realm had been broken. Fong Ping's limit had exceeded 60 million calories. This was the result of the Emperor's tens of thousands of years of cultivation after they had proven their Dao. Only then did they reach Fong Ping's level. The difference was more than 20 million calories. Fong Ping was not in a hurry. He did not panic. Grinning, he casually slashed a broken 6 Heavenly King in half. With another flick, he flew toward Iron Head. "I'm a devil. Even the 9 emperors have used beginner martial cultivation. I won't stand on ceremony then." "Thank you, Fist God, for your gift." Fong Ping laughed heartily. The Fist God's eyes were bloodshot. Without saying anything else, he threw a punch at Fong Ping. Fong Ping had a playful look on his face. "You don't say. I haven't tried Dong Wang's methods before. Why don't I use you to practice today?" As he said that, some vitality and mentality emerged in the void. The Fist God's mentality was not strong. Fong Ping could capture it quickly. The fist shadow fell into it instantly. With a boom, like a chemical reaction, the 3 forces merged in the blink of an eye. In the next moment, a large amount of force emerged. Fong Ping laughed. This move was really useful. The powerful vitality in the force was all provided by the Fist God himself. With a flick of Fong Ping's Changdao, the force cluster flew out. A broken 7 powerhouse was just about to fight Fong Ping's clone when the force cluster descended instantly. The Fist God had gone all out. His vitality was only a part of it. One could imagine how powerful this force cluster was. Boom! With a loud bang, the broken 7 powerhouse exploded into pieces directly. Fong Ping frowned slightly. Too strong. It's a pity that it's gone. Even the weapon is gone. Fist God, Don't use too much force. The fist god's eyes were blood red, almost dripping blood. How's method? The fist god roared like a beast. This was Donghuang's method. That broken 7 could also be said to have died in his hands. Impossible. How could Fong Ping be so strong? Even if he was a broken 9, and he was vaguely a broken 9, Fong Ping would not have been able to deal with him so easily. No, he dared not believe that this was true. Fong Ping's method was even stronger than some of the emperor's 10,000 years ago. Not 30,000 years ago, but 10,000 years ago. The fist god roared and charged toward Fong Ping again. This time, it was not a vitality bombardment. Instead, it was a direct attack toward Fong Ping. He wanted to fight in close combat. Fong Ping, the underworld god, was in a daze. His expression was too complicated. No, too many people had died. In the blink of an eye, 2 of them had broken 8, 2 of them had broken 7, and a few of them had broken 6. No, if they continued to die, the loss of new martial arts would be too great. On the other side, Heavenly Hound had completely suppressed Divine Palm Sect. Cat was almost playing with Spear God. This cat, with its tail wrapped around Saint of Staff's long staff, was hitting Spear God's head. Each hit was a bump, as if it wanted to beat Spear God into Sakyamuni. Spear God was going crazy. Right now, he was roaring crazily. Shame. Cat was humiliating him. Divine Arm. The underworld god suddenly looked at Divine Arm, a pleading expression on his face. Stop killing. If they continued, Fist God and the rest would die, and new martial arts would be half crippled. But now he understood. Fong Ping had broken 9, and it was not just a simple breakthrough. Cat seemed to have broken 9 as well. Heavenly Hound had broken 2. These people were too strong, unless the 3 of them joined forces with Fist God and the rest. But he was afraid. He was not afraid of death. He was afraid that new martial arts would be completely destroyed. Fong Ping was much stronger than the emperor who had appeared earlier. He was afraid that if the few of them attacked, they would die, and the whole of new martial arts would be destroyed. No! Divine Arm. Divine Arm. The underworld god looked at Divine Arm. Divine Arm was on good terms with Fong Ping. This was their only hope. Divine Arm was also in a daze, but now he had sobered up. He shouted hurriedly, King Li, new martial arts is willing to surrender. Fist God and the rest have just come out of the heavenly cemetery. They don't know how powerful King Li is. King Li, spare them. New martial arts is willing to surrender. Surrender? Fong Ping asked with interest. The next moment, Fist God suddenly said angrily, Surrender? Get lost. Since this old man has eyes but failed to see, I will die in his hands. New martial arts will never surrender. Kill. Fist suppresses all realms. Fist God threw a punch. The entire basilica was instantly torn apart, completely shattered. With a loud bang, the entire mainland was shaking. Between heaven and earth, a shadow of a fist covered the 3 realms. Fong Ping glanced at it and smiled. There's still some movement. At this moment, Fist God had even broken 9. His vitality was burning fiercely. In an instant, he bombarded Fong Ping with thousands of punches. Fong Ping said mildly, Before you die, you still have some manliness. It's just that you're too stupid. Fong Ping, am so easy to provoke. Does the 3 realms still need to be afraid of me? He said it matter-of-factly. Fist God was good at everything. It was just that he had been locked up for too long. His mind was not clear. Fong Ping believed that this person also wanted to fight for new martial arts. But I, Fong Ping, am not your stepping stone. Kill. Fong Ping did not hold back. He did not care about Divine Arm, Fist God, and the rest. He must kill them. If he gave up after killing a few, then he would really leave behind trouble. Divine Arm and the rest could only buy their own lives, not Fist God and the rest's. At this moment, even if the 3 of them attacked, Fong Ping was not afraid. This was because Fong Ping had already crushed the Jade Pendant again. The suppressing Heavenly King was really coming. Although he did not know if he would curse, even if he did, it would be useless. This old man still had to attack when it was time. 3 emperors came to kill you new martial arts. That's good enough, right? In the battle with Fist God, Fong Ping slashed again and again, slashing Fist God until blood splattered all over his body. As for Fong Ping, he wandered on the battlefield, completely controlling the overall situation. Another Break 7 was killed. Go! Fist God roared. His jade bones, flesh, and blood were all burning. Go! This old man has let you down. Go! Fist God roared, his voice mixed with pain. He had misjudged the situation. The powerhouses who followed them were being slaughtered. These people were all pure new martial arts. Those who cultivated the origin were almost all on the underworld god's side. After this defeat, new martial arts would really decline completely. On the underworld god's side, there were only more than 10 pure new martial arts. The rest were on his side. Sir, Master, those powerhouses were also bathed in blood and killing. They were unwilling, sad, resentful. However, was it useful? Boom! A peak Break 6 powerhouse knelt down with a bang. His voice was like crying blood, shouting at the top of his lungs. Lord Underworld God, sir, save Lord Fist God, sir. The Underworld God looked like he was struggling. Could he be saved? If the three of them attacked, there was still some hope. However, it would completely destroy new martial arts. Fist God roared while fighting Fong Ping. Trash, who asked you to kneel? Get lost. Either you die in battle, or you run away. Get lost. Fist God was not really stupid. He did not mention asking the Underworld God and the rest to help. He could feel that this was the new martial arts' last hope. He could not let them attack. At this moment, Fist God's heart suddenly moved. He suddenly looked at the Underworld God, his eyes revealing a pleading look. The Underworld God was slightly stunned. I beg you. In his eyes flowed a weakness that had never been there before, a desire that had never been there before. I beg you. Sorrow flashed in the Underworld God's eyes. He suddenly shook his head and glanced at Heavenly Arm beside him. Fist God was stunned. Then, as if he had understood, he roared furiously. Kill! Boom! Like a crazy demon, Fist God burned himself completely, bombarding Fong Ping in a frenzy. Even if Fong Ping was strong, he still took a few steps back. At this moment, Fist God broke through the blockade in an instant. He did not escape. Straight Sky Arm. Sky Arm's expression changed. He saw Fist God's pleading look, his weak gaze, and the will to die. Sorrow flashed in Sky Arm's eyes too. Then he nodded heavily. Thank you. Fist God's lips moved slightly, but he did not say anything. Behind him, Fong Ping was just about to slash down with his saber. Fist God suddenly burst into laughter. His entire body was burning. He laughed mournfully. It's time for me to leave. I should have left 8,000 years ago. I've lived for 8,000 years. Back then, Sun God said that I would destroy new martial arts. I didn't believe it. Today, I believe it, huh? Sun God, Celestial Emperor, Hao Cheongdo, the old new martial arts guy has left. I'll wait for you guys to go on your way together. At this moment, Fist God was a little dazed. He thought of 40,000 years ago, when martial arts were first established. Some humans were gifted and walked their own martial arts path. Among them were the 5 people he called out. There was also him. There was Sword God, Saber God, Fire God, Underworld God. They were the oldest batch of people. Later, many people died. Later, he was suppressed. Later, he came out. New martial arts were almost destroyed because of him. Insanity, unwillingness, and everything else had driven him mad. New martial arts should not have been defeated. New martial arts did not lose to others. He lost his own people. Celestial Emperor and the others were his brothers and fellow cultivators. But they betrayed new martial arts. Rumble. Extremely intense vitality force surged into Heavenly Arm's body. Yes, this was Fist God's last hope. Initially, he wanted to integrate with Underworld God, but Underworld God knew that he could not. If he integrated with Fist God, he might break 9. He was worried that Fong Ping would be wary of him and kill him. He could only integrate with Heavenly Arm. Heavenly Arm had not broken 2 gates yet. Even if he integrated with Fist God, he could not break 9. Heavenly Arm had a good relationship with Li Han Song and Fong Ping. Fong Ping might not stop him, or kill Heavenly Arm. This was the reason why Fist God chose Heavenly Arm. Fist God already knew that there was no other way. Fong Ping was not an ordinary broken nine. Instead of dying in Fong Ping's hands, he might as well make up for some of his mistakes. He should not have attacked Fong Ping and the others, but it was too late for regrets now. Rumble. All the bones in Heavenly Arm's body were changing. His vitality was getting stronger. Fist God and he were both powerhouses who used fists. It was just that Heavenly Arm's previous weapon had been self-destructed by him. Right now, Fist God's boxing glove had merged into his hand. Fist God had melted the heavenly spear with his vitality and merged it into the boxing glove. He was forging a divine weapon for Heavenly Arm. Behind him, Fong Ping's expression changed. Fist God was very powerful. He did not need Fist God's help. If Fist God integrated with Old Man Li, he might be able to give Old Man Li a broken 8 combat strength and become a peak powerhouse. But now, he was integrating Heavenly Arm. Should he stop him? Would Heavenly Arm and the others not have any complaints about him killing beginner powerhouses? Once these people became stronger, would they act against the human race to take revenge? Fong Ping had a thought in his mind. Kill them, demonic nature. Kill these people and slaughter beginner martial artists, including Heavenly Arm and Underworld God. Cut the weeds and eliminate the roots. At this moment, his shoulders sank slightly. The cat used its tail to curl the rod and knocked Fong Ping's head, asking curiously, "What is he doing?" Fong Ping turned his head and glanced at the cat, his gaze changing. Was it intentional, or was it really unintentional? In that instant earlier, his murderous intent soared. He even wanted to annihilate all beginner martial artists. This cat had interrupted his train of thought. Fong Ping's expression changed for a while. He did not care about Fist God anymore, feeling a little panicky. He did not know why he had such a thought, but Fong Ping knew that the current him was indeed more demonic than before. Fong Ping did not care about this anymore. With a cold expression, he slashed with his Chongdao. The broken six who was kneeling on the ground earlier was chopped in half. The corpse floated toward Iron Head and the others. Another broken six was killed. Beside him, a powerhouse who followed the underworld god looked at Fong Ping with bloodshot eyes, clenching his fists. Seeing this, the underworld god bellowed, "Come back!" A loud bellow jolted this person back to reality. Seeing Fong Ping killing a heavenly king effortlessly, as if he was slaughtering a chicken, this person suppressed all his emotions and hurriedly flew toward the underworld god. The other people who followed the underworld god also flew over there. Illusion, underworld god, and Heavenly Arm were surrounding them now. As for the other powerhouses who followed Fist God and the others, they could not save them. At that moment, when Fong Ping's murderous intent was released, the others did not notice it. But Illusion was sweating profusely. He felt it, the aura of death. Fong Ping had the intention to slaughter Chu Wu. Because Fist God was integrating vitality for Heavenly Arm, Fong Ping was worried that they would sympathize with him, take revenge and seek revenge. That was why he wanted to kill all of them. At this moment, they did not dare to act rashly. Today, it was a matter of Chu Wu's survival. Chu Wu, who had been passed down for 40,000 years, would be annihilated today if they were not careful. On the other side, Gun God could already move freely without Song Mao watching him. He saw Fist God's choice. At this moment, Gun God's face was also full of despair and defeat. Should we go? One wrong choice, and many good friends were killed. Were they waiting for us? Gun God looked at the underworld god, revealing the same expression as Fist God. At this moment, a hint of sorrow appeared in the underworld god's eyes. He shook his head slightly and glanced at Old Man Li. Use your life to exchange for a small favor for Chu Wu. Even if Fong Ping wanted to kill all of us, using your life might be able to exchange for a different outcome. Gun God understood. He revealed a mournful expression. He was unwilling, and did not want to fulfill the wish of killing their people. But he knew that this was the best choice. Otherwise, the outcome would be the same even if he died. Fong Ping would not let him fulfill the wish of a Chu Wu powerhouse. See you in the next life. Living for 40,000 years, it's worth it. With a murmur, the next moment, Gun God's entire body was set ablaze. He laughed loudly. Fong Ping, we've lost. In the battle of Dao, life and death are determined by fate. Family should not be implicated. If you're not as strong as others, you'll die if you lose. I've long understood this principle. I'll fulfill your teacher's wish. Please let my disciple go. My disciple did not follow us. He's innocent. Ha! With a hearty laugh, Gun God turned into a ball of extremely dense vitality and flew toward Old Man Li Fong Ping since for a while. He did not feel any killing intent. Gun God chose to accept his loss. They had lost. If they lost, it would be death. However, they had a choice as to how they would die. If they could not fulfill the wish of a Chu Wu powerhouse, they would fulfill the wish of their enemy. Although Fong Ping and the others did not understand, they knew that vengeance and kindness must be repaid. Was this considered kindness? They did not know. Still, they were willing to take a gamble. Boom! The moment Old Man Li came into contact with this ball of vitality, his vitality surged. A powerhouse who had broken 2 gates, a top-notch powerhouse who was ranked 11th in Break 8, burned himself to fulfill his wish. Old Man Li quickly sat down cross-legged. His flesh was exploding. However, Gun God was willing to burn himself to fulfill his wish. This was much smoother than a force fusion. Over at Heavenly Hound, Divine Palm sect was suppressed to the point where they could not even lift their heads. At this moment, their eyes were also filled with sorrow. They were all dead. In the blink of an eye, the few old friends who had been trapped together for 8,000 years were all dead. Not only were they dead, but the few Break 7 and more than 10 Break 6 who had followed them were all killed by Fong Ping. He was the only one left. Divine Palm's sect looked around. He did not want to choose Li Hansong. He wanted to choose a Chu Wu who had broken 7 to help him break 8. However, when he saw Heavenly Hound opening its mouth wide and swallowing him, when he saw Fong Ping glaring at him from the side, he knew why Gun God made this choice. Divine Palm's sect was devastated, but he knew that this was perhaps the best choice. Fong Ping, we've lost, we've lost. Divine Palm's sect laughed bitterly, looking at Fong Ping, ignoring Heavenly Hound. You've exceeded our expectations. I didn't expect this. I really didn't expect this. We haven't seen Sky Arm and the rest for 8,000 years. There's no longer any friendship between us. When Fist God appeared, he said that he would seize the power of Chu Wu. Underworld God and the rest have long fallen. They are no longer pure Chu Wu. They are the shame of Chu Wu. Origin and Chu Wu are irreconcilable. They support Origin to prevail among Chu Wu. They are no longer Chu Wu. They are cowards and a disgrace. They don't deserve to be on the same level as us. They don't deserve to be called the leaders of Chu Wu. You must defeat the Emperor. Ha! The infighting of Origin is what we want to see. Divine Palm sect laughed, burning himself. The moment Heavenly Hound's mouth descended, he broke through and rushed toward Li Hansong. Fong Ping's expression did not change. What was this? Before he died, he humiliated the Underworld God and the rest. Was he afraid that he would put them on the same level as Fist God and the rest? Was he afraid that he would destroy Chu Wu? Were the strongest martial artists at the beginning of the martial arts a hero? Perhaps. In the eyes of Chu Wu, they were heroes. At least, many of the powerhouses of Chu Wu did not recognize them. Fong Ping was the devil. However, Fong Ping did not think that there was anything wrong with it. I am the devil. If you don't provoke me, I won't be cruel to you. You do it for Chu Wu. I do it for the human race. There was nothing to say. Rumble. A loud noise was heard. On the other side, Heavenly Arm looked sorrowful. Fist God burned himself, burned everything. At this moment, an illusion appeared in the void. Fist God smiled, a little relieved and a little emotional. I've lived for 40,000 years. It's really too long. I'm tired. Fist God chuckled. He was too tired. 30,000 years ago, after his defeat, he felt too tired. Today, he was free. Please. He did not know who to ask for help. Maybe it was the underworld god and the rest, or maybe it was Fong Ping. With a touch of ease, just like unquestionable sword that day, Fist God's illusion stepped on the air, getting higher and higher, overlooking the three realms. Everyone, take care. After saying goodbye, Fist God's laughter spread throughout the three realms. In the next moment, the illusion stepped into the endless void and disappeared completely. Rumble! In the void, a fist dissipated. The first in Breaking 8, the first in Chu Wu, Fist God had fallen. Sob, 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 choking sounds were heard everywhere. Countless people were at a loss. On Chu Wu mainland, a touch of sorrow rose in many people's hearts. A powerhouse in Chu Wu had fallen. Who was it? Fist God. Below, the underworld god's gaze was complicated, with an indescribable feeling. Hate? Reluctance? Or something else? Or envy? Old friend, you left so easily. But what about Chu Wu? At this moment, on a small island in the sea, Taoist Feng Yun stood in the void, his gaze complicated. The fist shadow collapsed. Fist God, the first in Breaking 8, was actually dead. Even he was at a loss at this moment. Who killed him? He didn't sense too much movement. Only Fist God went all out, and only his projection collapsed. This proved that Fist God was dead. There was no intense battle, but he died just like that. Who killed Fist God? Beside him, Di Xing was also shocked. He whispered, "This is Fist God?" "It's him." Taoist Feng Yun sighed softly. In the next moment, a mirror appeared. Taoist Feng Yun tossed it into the void and began to investigate. These beginner martial artists were not Origin Realm powerhouses, so he could not clearly sense anything. Only with the help of a divine artifact could he determine whether they were dead or alive. After a moment of investigation, Taoist Feng Yun shuddered. No way. It was not Fist God alone. Beginner martial. Too many powerhouses had died in the beginner martial realm. On this day, the three realms ranking in the catacombs shook violently. First in Breaking 8, Fist God's name dimmed and instantly disappeared from the Breaking 8 list. Breaking 8, 11, Spear God dead. Breaking 8, 12, Divine Palm Master dead. Breaking 8, 19, Staff Saint dead. Breaking 8, 20, Consciousness Severed dead. Breaking 7, 2, Azura God dead. Breaking 7, 6, Rain God dead. Breaking 7, 8, Moon God dead. On the Breaking 6 list, 10 people disappeared in an instant. The three realms shook. On this day, the catacombs shook, the human race shook, and even some emperors received the news in secret and were extremely shocked. A beginner martial artist's strength was reduced by 60% in one day. Who did this? Emperors. Only emperors could do it. Even a normal Breaking 9 could not instantly defeat so many powerhouses, not to mention Fist God, the first in Breaking 8. Chapter 1408. Chu Wu Continent. The shrine was in ruins. The group of novice martial heavenly kings were all silent. They were not ordinary martial artists. They were all top-notch experts, and the youngest among them was at least 10,000 years old. This time, Chu Wu had suffered heavy losses. 5 at the 8th rank had been killed, 4 had died when they broke through 7, and 10 when they broke through 6. A total of 19 experts had died. It seemed to be less than half of the 50 people, but the death of the Fist God alone was equal to the loss of the other players who had broken 6 or 7, or even more. This was a beginner cultivator who was closest to Breaking 9. In the end, he was killed by Fong Ping. Although Fist God did not die in Fong Ping's hands and chose to merge with the Heavenly Arm in the end, if not for the fact that he had no chance of survival, Fist God would not have made this choice. Although everyone knew that Fist God and the others had kicked a steel plate this time. Even so, after Fong Ping had exposed his true strength, he had killed a few rank 8 powerhouses directly. Choke sobs could be heard everywhere on the Chu continent. Although the weak didn't know what had happened, They knew that many beginner martial arts experts had died. Those who were related by blood could even sense the death of their ancestors. At this moment, mournful cries could be heard everywhere. In the dilapidated hall, Fong Ping was very calm. It was frighteningly calm. The Nether God was also very calm. All of his sorrow were hidden in his heart. Would the Nether God hate him? Fong Ping knew it would. Even if he and the Fist God didn't see eye to eye, they had been friends for tens of thousands of years. Both of them were fighting for beginners. Even if they didn't see eye to eye, it was just because they were going in different directions. It didn't mean that their goals were different. Did the god of the underworld want to kill the cat? Yes. It was just that he was wary of Fong Ping's strength and dared not make a move. If Fong Ping had shown weakness earlier and Fist God had been able to restrain him, would the underworld god have just stood by and watched? No way. Fong Ping understood all these. Even the Nether God knew. In order to pass on Chu Wu's legacy, the god of the underworld chose to sit back and watch. Because at that time, Fong Ping and Cat had already exposed their Breakthrough 9 ability, and the suppressing Heavenly King was still on his way. If Chu Wu dared to resist 3 Breakthrough 9 powerhouses, he would be slaughtered today. Congratulations, Senior Sky Arm. Fong Ping saluted Celestial Arm slightly, congratulating him. He broke through the second gate. Not only had Sky Arm broken through 2 gates, but his essence, spirit, and spirit had also reached a pinnacle. Although he had yet to reach the pinnacle of breaking through 8 gates, given some time, Sky Arm would definitely be able to reach that level very quickly. No smile could be seen on Heavenly Arm's face. He was a little forced and a little dazed. Should he be happy? If his strength improved, then he should be happy. However, this was exchanged at the cost of 5 elementary martial breakthroughs of 8 and more than 10 heavenly monarchs who broke through 6 and 7. Heavenly Arm really could not bring himself to be happy. You broke 9? Sky Arm changed the topic. Although everyone could tell, he still asked to confirm it. Fong Ping smiled, but did not answer. The next moment, Fong Ping said loudly, Fist God and the others attacked Song Mao. Senior Heavenly King Garrison killed Chu. Congratulations to Heavenly King Garrison. A loud shout resounded in all directions. The Chu Wu continent shook. The sea quaked. In the void, an old man walked over, his gaze fixed on Fong Ping. Heaven's subduing king. Heavenly King Zhen looked at Fong Ping, and Fong Ping looked back at him. Heavenly King Zhen smiled and said slowly, You've matured. Maturity is often accompanied by death. Fong Ping was still calm. Heavenly King Zhen said this not because Fong Ping made him a scapegoat, not because Fong Ping continued to hide his strength, but because he set him up on the opposite side of Chu. Yes, everyone present knew that Fong Ping killed them. But did the others know? Perhaps in their opinion, only Heavenly King Zhen had this strength in the 3 realms. Would the people of Chu Wu continent doubt it? No way. The underworld god and the others did not dare to reveal the news to the public. It could only be Heavenly King Zhen who killed them. As for the future, who would believe his excuses in the future? Even if Heavenly King Zhen did not kill them alone, he had participated in it. Heavenly King Zhen was too closely related to Chu. His teacher, Sun God, was even one of the leaders of Chu. Even now, Fong Ping was scheming against him. Was Heavenly King Zhen angry? A little. He had a good relationship with Fist God and the others. If it were him, he would never kill these people. Using force to intimidate these people was Heavenly King Zhen's first choice. Fong Ping, however, killed these people directly. Last time, Sacred Martial God and the others attacked Cat. In the end, Heavenly King Zhen did not kill a single one. Although it was said that they were exiled, in fact, those people quickly returned to Chu. Today, Fong Ping did not say much at all. He killed them directly. After killing them, he even threw the blame to Heavenly King Zhen. Should Heavenly King Zhen be happy? He should not be. Not only did Fong Ping kill these old friends, but he also made him a scapegoat. He even made the emperors wary of him. This was actually very dangerous. That was what Fong Ping did. Did Fong Ping not know the consequences? He knew too. Heavenly King Jin looked at him and said slowly, "Are you afraid?" "Afraid?" Fong Ping smiled and said, "Why should I be afraid? I'm not afraid. I'm just afraid that I don't have enough enemies to kill." When old Zhang left, after going to Spirit Emperor Dojo, I knew that this became my responsibility. That guy left on purpose. He didn't leave a single one behind. He wanted to avoid this responsibility, but I had to pick it up. That's my responsibility. If that's the case, I'm not afraid. You took this thing, so you have to pick it up. Who asked your hands to be so cheap? Heavenly King Jin looked at him and sighed. He felt some sympathy and pity. Fong Ping smiled. "Why are you looking at me like that? I should be the one pitying you. You're finished. Not only did you break 9, but you're also so strong. You're really finished. There are emperors who have their eyes on you." Heavenly King Jin laughed lightly. He did not think much of it. He directly ignored this and said with a faint smile, "I'm not afraid because I think I'll be cleared of suspicion very soon." "How long can you hold it in?" He did not care too much about who did it. Everyone might think it was him now. Not long after, it would not be him anymore. Fong Ping would be exposed. Since he had already been exposed today, Fong Ping would not believe that the new martial artist would not leak the secret. Very soon, he would use this opportunity to create the greatest benefits. Therefore, Heavenly King Jin really did not care too much. He sympathized with Fong Ping. After this time, Chu Wu would definitely hate him to the core. Even if everyone did not say anything, even if everyone was afraid of him now. But what about after that? Unless Chu Wu was completely destroyed. The catacombs hated him, Chu Wu hated him, the emperors hated him. Fong Ping was only left with the humans. But what about the humans? Fong Ping was a hero of the humans. Was he not afraid that one day, when the world was at peace, the humans would not be able to accept an executioner like him? He had killed too many people. Heavenly King Jun looked at Fong Ping. Fong Ping did not think much of it. There was a hint of mockery in his eyes. Did he have a future? He did not know. Did he really have a future? Fong Ping had not really thought about it. Retirement? Returning to Nanshan? Those were just dreams. There was no need to think about those. Heavenly King Jun saw that he did not care and did not say anything else. Looking at the dilapidated main hall, he sighed softly, bowed slightly, and said in a low voice, "Farewell, old friends." Friends. Many of the new martial artists were his friends. When he followed the sun god, he had been traveling in the Chu Wu mainland for thousands of years. He had made friends with many people, but today, many had died. He was familiar with most of the 19 powerhouses who had died in battle. They had even discussed Tao together, drank together, had a meal together, chatted with each other. Today, they were all dead. Fong Ping was getting more and more ruthless. He knew that Fong Ping was anxious and afraid. Cutting through the Gordian knot, this was Fong Ping's mentality. He did not have time to play around with Fist God and the rest, nor did he have time to prevent them from causing trouble. So, he simply killed them all, leaving no one alive. As for the underworld god and the rest, even if they hated him, would they still dare to be enemies with the humans after witnessing a few broken 8 powerhouses being killed? Even if the Emperor came, even if the Emperor was stronger than Fong Ping, they might not dare to. Because Fong Ping was too hard to read. Invincible, undefeatable. No matter how strong the enemy was, he would always be invincible and undefeatable. His battles had long proven this point. Fist God and the rest did not have much contact with him, so they did not feel this way. However, the underworld god and the rest knew that Fong Ping seemed to always have a trump card that he had not shown. Simply put, he was afraid of being killed. Unless Fong Ping was dead, otherwise, how many powerhouses in the 3 realms would dare to be enemies with Fong Ping? And this was what Fong Ping wanted. Wasn't a demon supposed to make people afraid? He did not need awe or worship. He only needed to make the enemy afraid. Make them tremble. Heavenly King, suppressing, bowed. Very quickly, he lifted his head and looked at Fong Ping again. "Do you need help?" Fong Ping looked at him and said with a smile, "Is Godfather willing to help?" Heavenly King suppressing laughed and said quickly, "Now, even I am not enough to make you feel at ease?" "Not really." Fong Ping said with a smile, "We've discussed these things before. I don't want to discuss these things anymore." Heavenly King, suppressing, sighed again. This time, Fong Ping's trip had caused an earth-shattering commotion. However, was Fong Ping willing? Was he happy? This time, the people he was dealing with were not the enemies in the catacombs. In the eyes of outsiders, Tian Chun, whom he was dealing with, was an ally of the humans. In the eyes of outsiders, Fist God and the rest who he was dealing with might also be allies of the humans. In the end, Tian Chen's Tao was broken and he was suppressed in the human world. Fist God and the rest were simply killed. Fong Ping was preparing for the upcoming battle. He wanted to wipe out all the unstable factors, and this fire would first burn from within. Lindsay, we're a dragon form and the rest. Heavenly King, suppressing, suddenly said. The two of them were too closely related to the martial emperors. Spirit Emperor's niece, Beast Emperor's descendant, God Emperor's disciple. How should Fong Ping choose? This was not King Kuan and the rest, nor was it Chu Wu. These people had been fighting for the humans previously. Would Fong Ping be at ease with them? Heavenly King, suppressing, felt that Fong Ping might not be at ease. If he was not at ease, what should he do? Kill them? Suppress them? He wanted to know what Fong Ping would choose. If this went on, Fong Ping would be deserted. Even the humans would not agree to Fong Ping returning kindness with enmity to their friends. Fong Ping chuckled and said, "It's fine if they don't participate in the battle. After all, they're their relatives. I don't expect them to participate in the battle. Find a place to watch the show. When the outcome is decided, if I win, they don't change. If their relatives win, they might not change either. Isn't this the best? You still suspect them? Not really. I just can't bear to let them attack my relatives. Don't tell me you want me to let Dragon Form kill Beast Emperor and Lindsay kill Spirit Emperor?" The conversation between the two was in front of Chu Wu. There was no voice transmission or shielding. They just talked to each other and let them listen. The underworld god did not say a word and did not interrupt. He did not know if this was a trap. What did Heavenly King suppressing mean? He and Fong Ping might not be of one mind. This time Fong Ping killed Chu Wu. He might be dissatisfied. He might even become estranged from Fong Ping. Then should the underworld god consider joining forces with Heavenly King suppressing to take revenge? But was this a trap? The underworld god did not know. He did not want to know either. At this moment, he had forgotten everything just now. He did not want to think about it anymore. Now, Chu Wu could only join forces with the humans to fight against the Emperor. As for the future, they would talk about it after they survived. Chu Wu still had many people who needed them. They could not die now. There were so many Chu Wu continents, and there were still hundreds of millions of people alive. And in the field, the 31 Chu Wu Heavenly King powerhouses were all they could rely on. Heavenly King suppressing did not say anything more. He did not communicate with the Chu Wu people anymore. He said, "If there's a need, you can call me. But next time, don't throw the blame to me." After saying this, Heavenly King, suppressing, tore the void and disappeared from the hall. Fong Ping did not say anything. He watched him leave silently. Soon, only his side and Chu Wu's group were left in the field. 3 powerhouses who had broken through 8 gates. At this moment, Heavenly Arm had broken through 2 gates. The underworld god had broken through peak 8 gates, and Illusion was close to breaking through 2 gates. There were still 6 people who had broken through 7, and 22 people who had broken through 6. Fong Ping glanced at the crowd. Some lowered their heads and did not look at him. Some looked calm. Some hid resentment and anger in their eyes. Fong Ping was too ruthless. Fong Ping did not say anything. His mentality erupted and sealed off a small space. The 3 people who had broken through 8 and Fong Ping were isolated inside. Senior Underworld God. I don't deserve it. The Underworld God sighed slightly. You have broken through 9. You don't deserve to be called a senior. Whether he did not deserve it or was unwilling, Fong Ping did not care. Fong Ping smiled. He did not care. He continued, Since Fist God and the others have fallen, what do you think about the Alliance, Underworld God? Yes. Having said that, the Underworld God said, Chu Wu's strength is weak. Even if they join forces, they may not be a match for an emperor. No, definitely not a match for an emperor. What do you think, King Rin? The alliance was to deal with emperors. But now, Chu Wu had suffered heavy losses. How could they deal with emperors? The alliance for Chu Wu is not to deal with emperors. Actually, it's mainly to suppress the catacombs, Fong Ping said calmly. There are too many martial artists in the catacombs. There are also many low-level human martial artists, but not as many as them. I can't kill all the hundreds of millions of martial artists in the catacombs before the great battle. He said this too calmly. It was so calm that the underworld god and the others felt a chill in their hearts. But the heaven-human realm wall is broken and the three realms are united. When that time comes, there will be chaos. What I mean is that the Chu Wu mainland should move now. It should move toward the catacombs. When that time comes, we humans and Chu Wu will join forces and seal off the catacombs. When the three realms are united, there may be people in the catacombs who want to take the opportunity to unify the three realms and become the overlord of the three realms. When that time comes, we may all face big trouble. At this moment, only by working together can we suppress the catacombs. The underworld god was silent for a while. His illusory voice said faintly, King Run, if that's the case, can't we join forces and kill those Chu Wu in the catacombs now? Fong Ping laughed. I want it too. It's fine if I kill one. If I kill a few more, there will be many emperors who will arrive soon. The emperors have been planning for 10,000 years. These people are important pawns. Will they let me kill them all? Impossible. Monster Emperor, King Kuan, Hong Yu. These people, which one of them doesn't have emperors behind them? I'm not stupid. I really don't know these things. If I kill them now, it will only bring forward the day when the heaven-human realm wall is broken. The arrow that Heavenly Emperor Zhan shot earlier will be wasted. Kill the powerhouses in the catacombs? It was not that Fong Ping had never thought of it. However, Fong Ping knew that it would not work. He could still kill one. If he killed two, there might be emperors who would arrive directly. If he killed 3 or 4, Fong Ping would be destroying the 9 emperors' 10,000-year plan. When that time came, Fong Ping would definitely be killed by the emperors who would arrive in anger. Whether the emperor's arrival that day was an act or because of the weapon master's death, there was no way to determine this point now. Was the emperor's replacement a weapon master? If so, then the emperor's arrival that day was a good reason. Fong Ping needed some time. These beginners could also be pawns left for some people to prove their Tao. However, the beginners were just icing on the cake. They were not important pawns. Fong Ping killed them. So be it. Those people, however, were different. There were not many powerhouses in the origin path now. Fong Ping had killed almost all of them. If there were more powerhouses in the origin path before, Fong Ping would not be sure who were the emperor's pawns. Now, looking at the Heavenly King ranking, how many people were there? After killing a large number, the situation was already very clear. Before this, there were less than 100 beginners and Heavenly Kings of origin. Today, Fong Ping killed nearly a quarter of them. There were probably only 50 to 60 Heavenly Kings in the 3 realms now. Beginners and origin were split in half. The possibility of beginners being substitutes was not high. That meant that the difficulty of choosing the 9 emperors substitutes from the few Heavenly Kings in origin was greatly reduced. Fong Ping laughed at himself in his heart. The 3 realms' origin powerhouses had to thank him. Now Li Zhu and the others should have some judgment. Moreover, they might already have a clear target. Because too many people had died, it was convenient for them to determine the target. Most of the emperor's first seats were killed. There were only 3 of the 8 kings left. 36 saints were almost wiped out by Fong Ping. The remaining 2 or 3 were hiding somewhere. At this time, if they still could not confirm some things, then Hong Kuan and the others were too stupid. Huan did not say anything. Heavenly Arm suppressed some of the emotions in his heart and said, "Of course, that's not a problem. What about us?" That was a mission for the middle and lower levels. What were they going to do? Cultivate? Fong Ping laughed. Seniors, all of you are broken 8 now, but it's not enough. 31 Heavenly King powerhouses. If they all have some improvement, if they join forces, even if they can't defeat the emperors with one broken 9, they can still stop one emperor. Stop. And with the broken 9, the meaning in Fong Ping's words made their hearts tremble slightly. The underworld god said in a low voice, Human King, since we're working together, can you tell us about your future plans? There are 9 emperors. Even the earthly sovereign hasn't fallen, including the Heavenly Emperor and the Heavenly Reverse Emperor. There are 11 supreme powerhouses. The sun god has never appeared, so he is not a sun god. 11. How can the 3 realms fight them? Too many? This was not a small number. If 11 supreme powerhouses really join forces, how could the 3 realms fight them? Fong Ping said meaningfully, Don't worry. The emperors are not one, and they won't be united. There will always be someone who will work with us. The underworld god raised an eyebrow. Someone has contacted the king now? Underworld god, there are some things that may not be a good thing to know now. Fong Ping said it calmly. The underworld god could not verify whether it was true or not. He also knew that this was a big secret. After thinking for a while, he did not ask again. Still, he said, on the human side, broken 9, even with the Azure Cat, there are only 3. Did the human king contact those people in the catacombs? This is the advantage of the Tao of Origin over us. They can break 9. The Tao of Origin had not been broken. Once the 3 gates were broken, even if it was only the virtual gate, it was still broken 9. Therefore, on the catacomb side, if they could work together, there was a high chance that a few powerhouses who broke 9 would be born. At that time, they would be more confident in fighting against the emperors. Fong Ping smiled. I will consider this. Of course, it's not like there are no missions for beginner martial. Find the sun god. Fong Ping's eyes lit up. The sun god and the celestial emperor are most likely enemies, not together. Otherwise, if the sun god and the celestial emperor joined forces, why would it be so troublesome? Now the 9 emperors and the celestial emperor are not on the same side, and the celestial emperor is also secretly making arrangements. I think all this is not caused by the 9 emperors, but by the sun god. The sun god is also a beginner martial powerhouse, even a beginner martial emperor. If you can find the sun god and let it fight against the celestial emperor, then our chances will be greater. Sun god. At this point, Fong Ping had already judged that the sun god was very likely to be enemies with the celestial emperor. Otherwise, the celestial emperor and the sun god would have suppressed the heroes, and the 3 realms might have been different long ago. How could such a situation happen now? Therefore, if they found the sun god, it might solve a lot of trouble. They all nodded slightly. Fong Ping did not continue and said, Senior Sky Arm, I have something to ask you in private. The underworld god and illusion did not say much and left quickly. They still had to appease beginner martial. As for what Fong Ping asked Sky Arm about, they did not want to care. What questions do you have, King Man? King Man. Before this, Sky Arm called him King Man when there were people, and Fong Ping when there were no people. Now, even if there were no people, he was still King Man. Some changes in the way he addressed him also represented some psychological changes. Fong Ping suppressed some of the thoughts in his mind and did not let them show on his face. He smiled and said, I heard from Ironhead that Senior once said that a powerhouse had descended from the Sky Arm continent. It might be an emperor. I wonder which emperor it is. Emperor? Sky Arm was a little puzzled. He quickly shook his head and said, It's not an emperor. If you're talking about the previous time, it wasn't an emperor who descended. It's not an emperor? Fong Ping raised his eyebrows. Sun god? It's not a sun god either. If a sun god's aura appeared, I would recognize it. Sky Arm was a little hesitant, but he still said quickly, It's not a sun god either. It's a powerhouse that I'm not too familiar with. Of course, it's not accurate to say that I'm not familiar. The other party has some smell of seeds. Fong Ping's pupils contracted slightly. The smell of seeds? Fong Ping took a deep breath. Does the seed have a consciousness? I'm not sure. Skyarm really did not know. Noticing Fong Ping's attention, Skyarm said again, in the past, beginner martial artists had almost all come into contact with seeds. That's why they're very familiar with these smells. It was like that one time. I sensed some seed smell and followed it. In the end, I couldn't catch up to it. The other party is very strong. He sensed my presence and left very quickly. I suspect that the other party is someone from the human world. He glanced at Fong Ping and said, it's very likely that the other party has come into contact with real seeds. He might even have cultivated at the seed side. That's why the smell is very strong. Of course, it will dissipate after a long time. At that time, the other party might have just finished cultivating not long ago. Martial artists of the origin realm might not be able to sense it much, but beginner martial artists are very familiar with this state. The smell of seeds, Fong Ping murmured. Seeds? Qin Fengqing. What was the connection between the two? Did Qin Fengqing find the existence of seeds on Earth? Or was he related to seeds from the start? This guy had disappeared for so long. Had he been cultivating at the seed side all this time? What realm was he in now? Fong Ping was very clear about the seed's power. It was an all-round improvement. They had only cultivated at the seed side. In a short period of time, everyone had a huge breakthrough. What about the real seed? Cultivating at the real seed side might have a different flow of time. What realm had Qin Fengqing cultivated to? Why did he come to Chu mainland? Could it be to visit Iron Head? This is getting more and more interesting. Fong Ping laughed. The powerhouses of the three realms had appeared. Even the mysterious seed of rebirth had some clues. What about him? Previously, Fong Ping thought that he might be related to Sun God and Celestial Emperor. Later, Celestial Emperor seemed to have nothing to do with him. The Sun God was denied by Heavenly King Jin. Fong Ping had also thought of the seeds at that time. But now, the seeds might be related to Qin Fengqing. What about himself? Who was the chess piece that he was? Or was it that someone had more than one chess piece? My ability to break 9 will soon spread. The person behind me doesn't want me to lose control. Maybe they'll attack me. Or maybe me becoming stronger is actually someone else's scheme. They're using me to target the 9 emperors and the others? Fong Ping decided not to think about it, but he still had to be careful. He might be in danger in the near future. Maybe the emperors would attack him. Not a clone, but their real bodies. Although he had made the Heavenly King Jin take the blame, it did not mean that the emperors would believe him. They might also suspect him. If that happened, it would not be the emperor's clones that attacked him. Looking back at Iron Head and Old Man Li who were still cultivating, Fong Ping's gaze was solemn. Maybe it was time to let them go back. This time, both of them had gained a lot. Fong Ping was not sure how much they had strengthened. As for himself, his gains were average. However, he had taken away the mentality crystal of broken consciousness. There should be some gains. At least the mentality cut by the clones could be replenished. This was for sure. Fusing the world. Replacing true blood. Fong Ping muttered in his heart. These two were the clear directions he could improve in at the moment. Fusing the world was not something that could be done overnight. True blood, he might really have to make a trip to the source. There are still 4 seeds. If I rely on myself, even if I can rival Celestial Emperor, I'm still no match for them if they join forces. I should also pay attention to the 4 seeds. Fong Ping had a plan in his heart. Next, not only would he strengthen himself, but he would also strengthen the human race. Chapter 1409. Fong Ping did not linger on Chu Wu's side. After killing so many Chu Wu people, he would be asking for trouble if he lingered. Old Man Li and Iron Head had just woken up when Fong Ping led them away with the void escape. It was very secretive. Fong Ping was afraid that someone would kill him along the way. Of course, he came out quickly and solved the problem quickly too. Even if the emperors found out, they would not be able to find Fong Ping and kill him so quickly. Deep in the sea, on a small island, Fong Ping looked at Old Man Li and Iron Head with a questioning expression. How was the effect? Old Man Li absorbed Spear God, while Li Hansong absorbed Divine Palm Justice. They were powerhouses who had broken 2 gates. Old Man Li had also absorbed Staff Saint, who was killed earlier. There were also a few who had broken 7 and many who had broken 6. So many powerhouses had been absorbed by these two. Heavenly Hound wanted to do it once, but Divine Palm Justice escaped from its mouth in the end, unwilling to fulfill its wish even at death's door. This made Heavenly Hound very depressed. Old Man Li saw Fong Ping looking at him and nodded slightly. He said softly, "When 9 emperors killed Chu Wu back then, I'm afraid it was purely to strengthen itself. 9 emperors might not care much about the fight for Tao. The effect is very good. Chu Wu's vitality force and vitality are very strong. The only thing they are lacking is mentality." Fong Ping nodded and looked at him, unsure of his vitality strength. With Fong Ping's ability, most martial artists could not hide from him. He could not see through Old Man Li. Old Man Li smiled. "There should be 20 million cards. Only this much?" Fong Ping said subconsciously. Then, he said immediately, "You absorbed 2 people who had broken 8, and you only strengthened this little bit?" Old Man Li was speechless. "Do you think my ability changed? Besides, I can't absorb all of them. If I absorb any more, I'll lose control easily. It's good enough to be close to breaking 8. Fong Ping was speechless. He looked at Iron Head. Iron Head grinned. "I'm fine. My only difficulty lies in Tao. I didn't care much about Phantom Tao. As for Truth Tao, I borrowed his strength to help me break through very far. Now it's almost 200,000 meters. 200,000 meters. That was breaking 7. However, Tai Tu had successfully forged his jade bones, and it was a complete jade bone, which was much stronger than Moon Spirit's fake jade bones. In that case, he would be able to break through the 8th rank. Of course, he might still be lacking. However, this fellow had Emperor armor on him, which was extremely compatible. He should be able to possess break 8 defensive power. As for offensive power, Fong Ping had used his boxing gloves last time. If he matched them with the boxing gloves, he should also have break 8 offensive power. It's worth it. Fong Ping said this. Old Man Li hesitated for a moment, but still said in a low voice, "Don't say that again. Fong Ping, don't think about junior martial arts anymore. I was worried that you wouldn't be able to control yourself." He was afraid. He was really afraid. He was not afraid of what would happen to him, but he was afraid that Fong Ping would not be able to resist this temptation and continue to kill beginner heavenly kings. This time, he and Li Han Song had absorbed the flesh, aura, and life force of elementary martial break 8 and become much stronger. Fong Ping himself did not care about this, but Fong Ping wanted the human race to have a strong power so that they could protect themselves. He was afraid that Fong Ping would continue to kill the beginner heavenly kings and help the powerhouses of the human race. If that was the case, then Fong Ping would really become a demon. Fong Ping. Old Man Li looked at him and said with a serious expression, "We understand your stress. This stress is not from you, but from the entire human race. If we can fight, we'll fight. If we really can't fight, we'll die." What do you think neo-martial arts is? For the past 100 years, the neo-martial artists have been prepared to die. Without you, the human race would have been annihilated long ago. Even if they were not annihilated, they would not have what they have today. Enough. It's really enough. At least the human race is living freely now. When we knew that there was a great enemy of the catacombs, we were prepared to die in the hands of the catacombs powerhouses. The comparison of combat strength back then was not 1 to 10, but a few hundred. We don't have a future. Old Man Li laughed. No matter how difficult it is now, can it be more difficult than back then? At that time, we did not know about the existence of Heavenly King Suppression and the others. 108 foreign territories. One foreign territory could match the strength of Sino Nation. Fong Ping, at that time, we were also desperate, but we did not give up, nor did we take the wrong path. Now it's actually much better than back then. 9 emperors combat Celestial Emperor, Sun God. There are a total of 12 powerhouses. No matter what, the human race can also match an emperor, right? It was only a 12 to 1 comparison of strength. Was there a need to despair now? Was there a time more hopeless than a few years ago? Old Man Li patted his shoulder and chuckled. How old are you? 21 years old. Do you really think that the earth will stop spinning without you? Do you take us for fools? Old Zhang is on earth now. Do you think he's not anxious? Right now, he didn't even know how to rack his brains to cultivate. In the past, without any resources, he was able to quickly cultivate to the impasse realm, let alone now. Martial King. Do you think that Martial King is someone who can be praised? Don't worry, this guy has the human sovereign realm. The human race's strength has skyrocketed this time, so he must have gained a lot. Sky King, Subduing King, Tian Chun, and the God Creation Envoy are all on Earth. Do you think old Zhang is a good person? Do you think he will let these people go if he doesn't empty them? If we go back now, he might be able to break through 8 by now. I think this fellow will be able to fight against an emperor during the battle. Old Manly said it happily, as if he was joking. However, Old Manly was not joking. King Wu, he was in existence who had suppressed Li Zhu. Li Zhu had broken through 8. What about King Wu? No matter what, Li Zhu had lived for thousands of years. King Wu had lived for less than 100 years. Previously, he had suppressed him. Now the timing, geographical, and human conditions were all on the human race's side. They had also changed to the human sovereign realm, which was stronger than the previous human sovereign realm. If Li Zhu could break through 8, old Zhang could do it in the blink of an eye. He was that confident. Old man Li believed in him. On the human race's side, Fang Ping's rise had actually only happened this year. Before this, it had always been supported by old Zhang. Even now, everyone's trust in King Wu was actually still slightly higher than Fang Ping's. It was true that Fang Ping was strong, but Fang Ping always revealed everything he had. Old Zhang, on the other hand, often secretly made some surprises. Fang Ping could not help but laugh. Honestly, he trusted Zhang Tao too. On the human race's side, if there was a war, who Fang Ping trusted the most, it would be Zhang Tao, not Heavenly King Jin. Since he had caused trouble in the catacombs, the guy who had backed him up, now that he had surpassed old Zhang's strength, he did not count on him anymore. However, old Manly was right. Fang Ping smiled. Instructor, I understand. Don't worry, I won't self-destruct so easily. Aren't you still here? Old Zhang is here too. Old Wang has also broken through 8 now. Even Ironhead, that idiot, can break through 8. What else is impossible? Fang Ping smiled. Me old Zhang, you Ironhead, old Wang, and when old Yao comes back. There are many heavenly kings in the human race. Commander Li and Senior Warlord are also going to be heavenly kings soon. There's also that old geezer, Heavenly King Jun. I'm worried that he's involved with the Sun God, but I'm not worried that he'll attack the human race. I'm just worried that he'll leave the human race. Counting just the human race's own heavenly kings will be more than 10 people by then. The heavenly kings are all here. Breaking through 9 is not far away. Fang Ping smiled. As long as they reach the heavenly king realm, I'll have a chance to let them break through 9. A large group of them breaking through 9. Even if they're not as good as the Emperor, they can still besiege the Emperor. Therefore, my pressure isn't as big as you think, instructor. The 4 seeds had a goal. As long as the human race powerhouses reached the heavenly king realm and could withstand a huge breakthrough in vitality and the transformation of life essence, then they could break through 9. This was the human race's chance. As for going against the Emperor alone, Fang Ping actually had no confidence. When Old Manly heard this, he nodded and smiled. It's good that you know what you're doing. Don't worry, us old bones are all standing behind you. I heard what Heavenly King Jun said earlier. Don't take it seriously. How can the human race not tolerate a human king? Outside, you're the demon king. Inside, you're the human king. Right now, there are some rumors saying that you've killed too much. What do they know? Old Manly said lightly. Many people are living peaceful lives now, but they don't understand how this peaceful life came about. It's okay. Tens of millions of martial artists know how much you've sacrificed. When the 3 realms become one, then they'll understand what the human race is facing. Right now, old Zhang is helping you build momentum and publicize in the human race. Don't worry, you're the human race's hero. No one can doubt you. Do you really think that our saber isn't sharp enough? It's just a little trick by the catacombs. Old Zhang is already investigating. Very soon, these discordant voices will all be settled. If the human race really wants to rebel against you, then it'll be old Zhang who'll lead, Old Man Li chuckled. If he doesn't lead, on the human race's side, no one's prestige is stronger than yours. This old thing, kid, when the time comes, we'll find a chance to kill him. Just kill him. You'll be the biggest. Who can rebel against you? Fong Ping rolled his eyes. You're amazing. I'll pass on this to old Zhang. Just wait to be beaten up. What a joke. Old Man Li sneered. Is he my opponent now? When I go back, I'll say it in front of him. What can he do? That's fine too. If he really attacks me, I'll beat him up. Do you think you're the only one who wants to beat him up? I still wanna. Back then, when I dealt with the Yang family, this guy didn't hold back. He scolded me like I was his son. I'm already so old, but I'm worse off than a grandson in front of him. When I go back this time, see how I'll take revenge on him. Fong Ping burst out laughing. Ironhead also scratched his ears and cheeks. That's not good, right? Old Man Li was going to rebel. Old Man Li rolled his eyes at him. Ignoring him, he laughed again. As long as you know what I'm saying. Although old Zhang is a bit of a bastard, he's not the kind of person who would kill all the birds and beasts. If he didn't even have this bit of trust, the human race wouldn't have come this far. Kid, don't think that you're strong now. If old Zhang didn't protect you in the past, you wouldn't be where you are today. He can't believe it. If you rebel against the human race, I'll rebel with you. When that time comes, the human race won't be the human race that you're protecting. It won't be the human race that I'm protecting either. Fong Ping nodded and smiled. Don't worry, I really don't care about these things. As he said that, Fong Ping sighed. Suppressing Heavenly King didn't say these to drive a wedge between old Zhang and me. I understand what old man means. He's afraid that I'll kill too much and cause trouble in the future. Not just the human race, but after the three realms fuse. Fong Ping said softly, Teacher, you said that if the three realms fuse and the human race wins, the catacombs and new martial arts, tens of billions of people, will the human race be annihilated? As soon as he said that, Old Man Li understood too. This time, Old Man Li's expression changed slightly. He nodded quickly. I understand. That Old Man Li still thinks highly of you. He thinks that you might win. If you win, the three realms will be unified, and these tens of billions of people will be integrated into the human race. When that time comes, you'll be vilified and ostracized. No matter how strong Fong Ping was, he was only one person. When that time came, tens of billions of people would think that he had killed too much. The people he killed were their loved ones and leaders. How would Fong Ping feel then? Kill them all? Obviously, this was not possible. The sin of killing would be too heavy. Tens of billions of people. This was not tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands. At this time, Old Man Li really understood. His expression turned slightly solemn. Ironhead was also frowning. The human race was killing. Fong Ping was also killing. Could it be the same? Fong Ping killed the other party's leaders. Not just one or two, but many. Once the three realms fused and unified, Fong Ping could use his strength to suppress everyone. However, would there be no other voices? He had killed too many. Fong Ping's reputation was too big. The Devil King's reputation was also too big. Ironhead and Old Man Li frowned. Fong Ping, however, said in amusement, I'm just saying. Both of you, do you really believe that we humans can win? Even if we win, can I survive until the end? Even if I survive until the end, do I still care about these things? Honestly, this is actually quite good. When the time comes, if old Zhang doesn't die, this fellow is very hypocritical. Don't think that he has killed many people. The others don't really understand him. If he shows up, the three realms fusion will not be too difficult. As soon as he said that, Old Man Li said indignantly, I was wondering why this old fellow has been so low-key recently. It turns out that he's preparing to take over the three realms. You've taken all the blame. That fellow has it easy. Forget it. Fong Ping rolled his eyes and joked, You're just putting on an act in front of me. Who knows how happy you are in your heart? Luckily, old Zhang took over. If this little bastard Fong Ping took over, wouldn't the three realms be in chaos? Old Man Li laughed out loud. Needless to say, he really thought so. If the three realms were really unified and the humans won, who would be the most suitable leader of the three realms? It really would not be Fong Ping. Martial King Zhang Tao. Fong Ping laughed again. It's true. Don't worry. Why would I be jealous of this old man? I can't be more happy. This big mess, even if it was given to me, I would be too lazy to take over. It's too troublesome. I'll squeeze him dry so that this old man won't have peace for the rest of his life. He'll work himself to death every day and watch Minister Xie grow old day by day. He won't have time to talk about his sunset love. You're too black-hearted, kid. Old Man Li did not know whether to laugh or cry. He was really black-hearted. Fong Ping said quickly, as for old Zhang, I actually have some ideas. What? How about bringing Hua Qidao back to the humans? Old Man Li frowned and said thoughtfully, Old Zhang didn't say anything himself. Hua Qidao's usefulness is not that great. Previously, old Zhang thought that the big enemy was the catacombs, so he wanted to send Hua Qidao into the catacombs and even monitor Li Zhu. But now it's not that useful. Li Zhu might have discovered something unusual long ago. Even if he didn't, he's a paragon. Even if he's an emperor level now, what's the use of staying in the catacombs? Fong Ping shook his head. It's useless. Besides, we don't know when he'll be killed. Old Zhang can't say anything about bringing him back. I think it's better to bring him back. But, Old Man Li said in a low voice, as for Hua Qidao, he was the Catacomb Sky Plant's Royal Court's left marshal in the past. Alliance leader Zhao was the left marshal before? Fong Ping did not think much of it. What's wrong with the left marshal? When Hua Qidao was the left marshal, the Sky Plant's army was no longer what it used to be. They didn't participate in many wars with the humans. Hua Qidao's priority was to protect Sky Plant City. Back then, the humans were able to resist the Sky Plant's royal court. Although old Zhang strategized, Hua Qidao also provided a lot of information so that old Zhang could be prepared. That was why he could successfully defeat the opponent. Hua Qidao was still very useful in the early days. Old Zhang stayed on Earth all year round to handle chores, but he seemed to know everything in the three realms. This had a lot to do with the spies he had planted. Among them, Hua Qidao, who was the left marshal, was one of the higher-ups of the Sky Plant's royal court. It could be said that the humans would know what the Sky Plant's royal court had planned back then very quickly. Old Zhang could manage Sino Nation so well, fighting wherever he pointed. Every time he fought, he would win. Hua Qidao's contribution was not small. This old fellow falsely claimed his son's credit and did not make his son famous. Fong Ping could not stand it. Shameless old thief. Hua Qidao has killed a few powerhouses. I know this. He entered the battleground of the King's War in the past and fought there. He killed a few powerhouses in Stellar Sky City. As Fong Ping said that, he added, these are also inevitable. Otherwise, how can he break through? How can he become the left marshal? If he doesn't become the left marshal, he won't have the credit in the future. The people he saved are more than the people he killed. It's impossible for him to go undercover without a drop of blood on his hands. To be honest, there are casualties even in sparring. I don't think it's a big deal to go undercover in the Sky Plant's royal court. Old Zhang might think it's inappropriate and bring Hua Qidao back. It might cause some conflict with Stellar Sky City. It was not a big problem for the people. Hua Qidao was not very famous. How many people knew him? The key was that Hua Qidao had killed people from Stellar Sky City in the battleground of the King's War. Stellar Sky City was the mainstay of the human race. People like the Garrison King and War King were the mainstay of the human race. Old Zhang was still worried about Stellar Sky City's attitude. Hua Qidao had killed Stellar Sky City's powerhouses. If he brought this back to the human world now, it might cause some of Stellar Sky City's powerhouses to be unhappy. There were not many powerhouses in the restricted area who fought with the outer regions. However, the battleground of the King's War was the home ground of the restricted area and Stellar Sky City. Both sides had fought there for many years. Old Man Li frowned too. If you know about this, then you should understand old Zhang's concerns. It's really hard to explain to Stellar Sky City. I'll go and explain, Fong Ping said calmly. I've even destroyed the Yang family in Stellar Sky City. To be honest, I brought Hua Qidao back to see everyone's attitude. If they can't even tolerate Hua Qidao, will they really tolerate me in the end? Old Zhang can't even tolerate his own son. In order to take care of other people's feelings, he even destroyed his son and killed a great hero of the human race. Do I still expect him to tolerate me in the end? I don't doubt him, but I have to think about whether he'll even give up on his son because of some pressure. Really, if that's the case, then I'll be bitterly disappointed. What's the purpose of protecting the human race? Isn't it for home? If not for home, who would fight in the front line? I have to bring him back. Old Zhang has to admit it whether he wants to or not. I'll take care of the pressure in Stellar Sky City. Before the Great War, it's hard to say if we can survive until the end. If we're still fussing over this, then we might as well not fight anymore. That's true, but they've lost their loved ones. You can't just not take care of them, can you? Fong Ping nodded slightly. This made sense, but he still said clearly, I still have to admit it. At most, we won't have any dealings in the future. You might feel bad, but I feel bad too. It's not a big problem if we tolerate each other a little. It's not like they're living together every day. Ironhead had been silent all this while. He suddenly interrupted. Then why don't we let him return with his original identity and not let people know that he's Hua Qidao? Wouldn't that be more appropriate? Are you stupid? Fong Ping said exasperatedly. Old Zhang's son has been dead for more than 10 years. Why did he suddenly appear? Does he really think everyone is an idiot? Instead of being secretive, why don't we be open and honest? At least let people know that his son has made contributions and not been hiding outside for decades. Those who don't know might think that old Zhang is worried that he's going extinct, so he let his son go into hiding. Ironhead was embarrassed. Old Man Li said with amusement, Then we'll go with your idea. It's not a big problem. Old Zhang is just worried that something will go wrong at this juncture and create pressure for everyone. What pressure? If Stellar Sky City really wants to hold on to such a small matter, I would have fallen out with Stellar Sky City a long time ago when I annihilated the Yang family. Fong Ping disagreed. Were the seniors in Stellar Sky City that overbearing? Were they unreasonable? That was not the case. Otherwise, old Zhang and the others would not have risen, and neither would Fong Ping. War King and the others had guarded Mount Royal Sea for hundreds of years. Even though they knew that they were no match for the catacombs, they never retreated even half a step. When the war started, which Stellar Sky City powerhouse did not fight on the front line. After the battle at the Imperial Battleground, Fong Ping's view of Stellar Sky City had completely changed. Previously, because of what happened to the Yang family, he was slightly dissatisfied with Stellar Sky City. Later on, this dissatisfaction had completely disappeared. At Spirit Emperor Dojo, the Chen family's elder ancestor had self-destructed so that Fong Ping could kill the Divine Sect's 3 saints. Just to block the enemy for a moment, he did not even hesitate. As for the others, when old Zhang mentioned Fong Ping's fusion, none of them hesitated, and almost all of them died in battle at Spirit Emperor Dojo. Fong Ping felt that these people would not care about those things. At most, some of the juniors would find it hard to accept. However, those who had been to the battlefield would not have such thoughts, unless those fellows had not been to the battlefield. If they had not been to the battlefield, why would Fong Ping care about them? If they had not been to the battlefield and reaped the fruits of others' labor, Fong Ping could not be bothered to care about these people. After listening for a while, Old Man Li nodded again. Fong Ping was right. Old Zhang might have been overthinking things. If Hua Qidao were to die in the catacombs, Old Man Li felt that it would be a blow to Old Zhang if he were to die with the title of a catacombs martial artist. All right, we'll listen to you. Old Man Li did not continue talking about Hua Qidao. He said in a low voice, Then should Ironhead and I leave alone now, or should we go with you? If the two of us and the Heavenly Dog make a move, although we might not be able to defeat a Broken Nine, it should not be a problem to hold off a Broken Nine clone for a while. No, let's go back first. Fong Ping shook his head. Both of your missions are to cultivate and strengthen yourselves. When I find a chance to break the virtual gate and help everyone break 9, both of you might fall behind when that time comes. Don't think that breaking 8 is enough now. Without the combat strength to break 9, both of you won't be qualified when it comes to the final battlefield. It's more convenient for me to go alone. At least I don't have to worry. All right then. Old man Lee did not argue further. He said quickly, then be careful. When we leave, the king's clone probably won't attack us. As for you, if you show up again, I'm afraid there will be a lot of trouble. Someone will definitely suspect you. You caused a commotion in the divine nation of chaos. Now Chu is also in trouble. Although Heavenly King Garrison has gone twice, if you throw this blame to him, not many people will believe you. I know. Fong Ping smiled. I don't expect them to believe me. Just let them be suspicious. That's it then. Both of you return as soon as possible. I'll show up after I use the mentality crystal to break consciousness. I'll go to the catacombs and bring Hua Qidao back to Earth. If those people really want to attack me, they might be on my way to the catacombs. Be careful. Old man Li did not know what to say. He could only remind them again. If he and Li Hansong followed, they would only be a burden. Although he and Li Hansong both had broken 8 combat strength now, it was still not enough to fight against a broken 9. It was best to leave early. Ironhead said worriedly, "Why don't I follow you? I have Emperor armor. If you and I merge at a critical moment, our strength will be stronger. Our safety is still guaranteed." No need. Your current fusion won't help me that much. I have to be careful that you can't take it and get killed. Fong Ping joked. He said quickly, go back as soon as possible and meet up with old Wang and the rest. Also, see if you can contact old Yao these days. He's been gone for a while. There hasn't been any news. All right then. Ironhead was helpless. His strength was still weak. He felt that he had gotten a lot of good stuff, but why was he still so weak? Old Man Li and Li Hansong left. Before they left, they called for Heavenly Hound. This dog refused to leave no matter what. It wanted to take care of the cat. Fong Ping felt that this dog did not have any self-awareness. Did it not know how strong it was? Could it take care of the cat? However, he did not persuade it. If Heavenly Hound stayed, then so be it. When the time came, the Emperor's target would be him, not Heavenly Hound. At a critical moment, it could just run away. At least it was stronger than Li Hansong, Old Man Li, and Heavenly Hound. It could also take a few hits and would not be killed instantly. As for Fong Ping, he began to digest the mentality crystals left behind by the consciousness severing. When he was done digesting, he would leave for the catacombs. If the Emperor wanted to make a move, this was the best time. Otherwise, when Fong Ping returned to Earth and met up with Heavenly King Suppression, the difficulty would increase greatly. On Earth, the God Creation envoys were not weak either. In addition, Old Zhang was on Earth, and the Emperor path was more powerful. This was something the Emperor knew. Time passed bit by bit. 3 realms. Undercurrents were surging. For many people, it was not difficult to guess when the Emperor's avatar made a move. It depended on how much the Emperor was willing to pay for Fong Ping. What kind of strength would he use to kill Fong Ping? This guy was a shit stirrer. If he did not kill Fong Ping, it would be very easy for big problems to arise. Chapter 1410. Origin. A dark place. It had always been quiet. Today a voice was heard. Fong Ping left the human world. The kingdom of chaos sank. Over at Chu Wu, Fist, Sense Breaker, and Divine Sovereign Justice were killed. Fist was killed? Someone was shocked. Fist was close to breaking 9. If he went all out, he would definitely break 9 in a life-and-death battle. Dead? Fong Ping did it? Voices came one after another. Soon someone said Fong Ping was there. Jin was there too. Whether it was Fong Ping, Jun, or both of them working together, we can't be sure. Dark, Skyarm, and Illusion are not dead. Could it be that Dark worked with them to kill Fist and the others? It's possible. After Fist returned, with his dominance, he would definitely not let Dark continue leading Chu Wu. Voices were heard in the darkness. Soon, someone sneered. A female voice. The void was quiet. A female voice said, "After discussing for so long, is there still no conclusion? Don't you just want to kill Fong Ping? If you want to kill him, why are you hesitating?" Sigh. Someone sighed. "Fong Ping is a monster. I suspect he's the seed's backup. If we kill him, the seed might appear. But if we kill him now, and the seed appears again, are you afraid you can't get out? Can't get the seed?" Someone sneered. "Aren't you afraid? I'm afraid we'll raise a tiger in our bosom. Fong Ping can already cut down the tree. If we keep him, he might become a problem in the future. His Tao disappeared and is not under the control of the immortal source. If I'm not mistaken, Fong Ping chose the same Tao as Tsang Mao and formed his own domain. If this goes on, it might become a second origin." Second origin. As soon as he said this, the sovereigns fell silent. How was the origin formed? Back then, Celestial Emperor's origin star was alone in the origin. It then exploded and formed the origin. Before that, there was only one origin star in the origin universe. Celestial Emperor formed his own domain. Celestial Emperor did not take the Tao of origin. He did not exist hundreds or thousands of meters. His starting point was too high. He directly leaped over and created the origin star. Or rather, this star had always been here. Tao was created by Celestial Emperor later on. The end was in the origin. Could Fong Ping's Tao become the second origin? That was possible. If it really became the second origin, what would happen? Even the sovereigns didn't understand. After a moment of silence, the Emperor's voice rang out. To kill or not to kill Fong Ping, what is everyone's decision? If we really wanted to kill him, we would have to descend with our true bodies. However, the source is in chaos, and once our true bodies leave, the source will fall into chaos. Then I can only let my avatar do it. The Emperor's voice was sonorous. Many of his clones have been killed before this. Fong Ping will not be unprepared. A broken 9 clones. Killing Fong Ping is just wishful thinking. Zhen is still in the human world. Zhen's origin body has broken through to the 9th level, and his beginner martial body has broken through to the 8th peak. He is very powerful. The human emperor spoke for a while, and soon, someone said impatiently, "We all know about this. To kill Fong Ping, of course, they won't send one avatar, at least 3. 3? The emperor said coldly. "You're underestimating Fong Ping too much." A Broken 9 clone was not as good as a true Broken 9. It only had the combat strength of a fist. How could it kill Fong Ping? If the 3 doppelgangers worked together to kill Fong Ping, there was hope. But there was no guarantee that they would be able to kill him. In my opinion, to kill Fong Ping, 5 Broken 9 clones, intercept town, at least 1, and be prepared to be destroyed. 5? Someone said in shock. 5 Broken 9 clones to kill Fong Ping. This was overestimating Fong Ping. 5 Broken 9 clones, even War Emperor could do it. Previously, Fong Ping had killed some clones. The key was that there were too many people who participated in the battle that day, including Heavenly King subduing and even West Emperor's clone, who had given up. In the end, Fong Ping had the battle record of killing many Broken 9 clones. Now it was a siege. Besieging, 3 killing Broken 9, killing the tree, that was enough. Could Fong Ping be stronger than the tree? That day he could kill the tree because he burned his Tao and integrated the underworld god and the others. The emperor said coldly, "Either we don't move, or we must kill. Otherwise, will we give resources to Fong Ping? If the Broken 9 clones are killed, our strength will also be weakened. The divine weapons used to forge the clones may be left behind. They may even leave behind spiritual crystallization. Is the Emperor's spiritual crystallization ineffective on Fong Ping? Either we kill him in one blow, or we give up and let him grow." The Emperor's words made everyone fall into deep thought. Soon, the Beast Emperor's voice was heard. "In that case, we need 6 Broken 9 clones? But not all of us have forged Broken 9 clones, and we have lost a few clones previously. The immortal origin needs to be guarded. The 3 gates need to be guarded." The Beast Emperor smiled faintly. "Where can we find so many Broken 9 clones?" Not everyone could forge 9 doppelgangers at the Emperor realm. Many had died previously, and now there were not so many clones to kill Fong Ping and the others. At least 6, the Emperor said coldly. Then give up. Isn't 5 too many? You can prepare 3, but I won't participate, lest I die. The Emperor refused bluntly. If he prepared 3, there was hope, but the success rate was not high. He would not let his clones die again. Previously, he had lost a broken 9 clone. Spirit Emperor spoke again, sneering. I didn't expect you to plot for tens of thousands of years, but in the end, your plan was disrupted by Fong Ping. Ridiculous. The Emperor also sneered. Spirit, you and I have known each other for tens of thousands of years. Who is more noble than the other? Who is more kind than the other? Do you want to show your kindness here? Spirit Emperor said coldly. Even if I am not kind, I have never sold out my disciples. And the most outstanding disciple. The Emperor was very calm, and he was not angry. He said lightly, if I did not sell out John, would there still be you and me today? Hong has already prepared for the joint battle. If Mie and Celestial Emperor join in, will it still be our turn to plot against the common people? The eldest brother did not speak ill of the second brother, who was more kind than the other. All the crows in the world were black. In the past, in the heavenly court, he was the one who told the others that the earthly emperor wanted to rope in John. With the earthly emperor's character, he would not stop until he achieved his goal, and it was very likely that he would succeed in the end. By that time, how many of the 9 emperors would be left? He had died in battle for nearly 10,000 years, and his projection broke through the immortal origin with 1 arrow. If he had disregarded everything and entered the emperor realm, he would be truly omnipotent. At that time, even the God Emperor might not be able to match him. You, both of you, let's not talk about the past. At this moment, the God Emperor spoke. Interrupting the fight between the two, the God Emperor's voice came from afar. To kill or not to kill, everyone make a decision. If this goes on, the people of the new heavenly court might not be able to escape Fong Ping's hands. By then, everything will be destroyed. Fong Ping is not Zhen. He is young and impetuous. He will not wait forever. With Zhen Wang around, it was nothing. Zhen Wang knew some things he could tolerate. But Fong Ping? He really could not tolerate. He might attack the other powerhouses of the 3 realms at any time. Once all of them were killed, what was the point of scheming? Scheming my ass. Others did not dare, but Fong Ping dared, and he had the strength to do it. As soon as the words came out, everyone fell silent again. Soon, someone said, I agree. Kill, kill, kill. For consecutive voices, for emperors spoke. The God Emperor said faintly, I agree too. 5. What do you think? This was the immortal origin. Non-origin could not enter. However, the God Emperor still asked. The next moment, Celestial Emperor Reverse's voice came. If we kill Fong Ping and the seed of rebirth appears, you and I will not be able to leave the immortal origin. What should we do then? It doesn't matter. Even if we miss this chance, there will be another one. The God Emperor said lightly, it's best if Fong Ping can lure the seed of rebirth out. We can locate it and lock onto its position. Next time, it won't be able to escape. Celestial Emperor Reverse was silent for a while. Up to you. Not up to us, the God Emperor said softly. To kill Fong Ping, we need everyone to work together. As usual, the minority obeys the majority. Celestial Emperor Reverse said lightly, if no one has any objections, we will naturally work together. The God Emperor laughed. Then, including me, there will be 5. Hong is missing, Celestial Emperor is in deep sleep, we have passed. The decision to kill Fong Ping was passed. Kill. The God Emperor said slowly, previously, my clone was destroyed. Now that the immortal origin is in chaos, I can still form one more clone. Celestial Emperor Reverse sighed. I can also form one more clone. The God Emperor continued. Those who did not enter the seed of rebirth will have to provide one more clone. Who did not go in before? Emperor Nan, Emperor North, Emperor Beast. Emperor Earthly did not go in, but he was really missing. Now, Celestial Emperor Reverse was willing to provide one clone. Together with the God Emperor and these three, there would be 5 clones. Since the God Emperor said so, no one said no. When the God Emperor was silent, as if he was calculating who would provide another clone, Emperor West said, "Last time, I lost all 4 of my limbs. This time I can't do it. Also, the immortal origin ground and the portal need someone to guard it. I will provide 1 clone to guard the immortal origin ground." What about you? The God Emperor turned his attention to Emperor Dongwang. Emperor Dongwang's voice was calm. He chuckled. "Is 6 really enough? Can one of you stop it? It's not impossible for me to provide you with a 9th layer clone. Spirit, the clone you destroyed last time was only a 9th layer clone before entering the dungeon. That was 10,000 years ago. Now provide another clone, and 7 9th layer clones will descend." 7. As soon as he said so, Spirit Emperor said coldly, "I am not interested. Forget it." Emperor Donghuang smiled. "If Fong Ping doesn't die, I'm afraid the first one he will deal with is Celestial Emperor." Spirit Emperor snorted. He hesitated for a while and then said, "Fong Ping is the one chosen by Cat. He will not be Celestial Emperor's enemy." "Ha!" Emperor Donghuang laughed. "Do you think Cat can affect Fong Ping? Why isn't Fong Ping the one who's affecting the cat?" Spirit Emperor said nothing. "Summon a 9 shattering clone. Do you think you can live in peace with Fong Ping?" Spirit Emperor was silent for a while, and then said slowly, "Okay, 7 level 9 clones." This time, the monarchs could not be said to not take Fong Ping seriously. Extremely seriously, the God Emperor continued. "At the immortal origin ground, Celeste will guard it. At the portal, Ji Rang will guard it." In this way, all 9 of them had to provide their clones. The reason why Emperor was not assigned to the level 9 clones was because he had lost the Emperor's sword and the level 9 clone when he descended. He was not much better than Emperor Shi. 7 level 9 will descend into the 3 realms. 2 will besiege the human world, and 5 will kill Fong Ping. The God Emperor made some arrangements and said quickly, "Who is Feng Yin?" Everyone was silent. The God Emperor said lightly, "Whether it is your clones or not, I hope Feng Yin will not mess things up this time. Otherwise, our anger is not something Feng Yin can bear. If it is Hong's real body, he will not be able to use his full strength now that the origin is in chaos. Moreover, Hong will not fight for Fong Ping." The God Emperor still felt that he had to make it clear so that no one would interfere. If it was the Earth Emperor's real body, it would not be a big deal. That guy's real body was hiding somewhere. However, if the origin was in chaos, he would be affected too. More than them, if his real body did not come back to guard, the origin would continue to disrupt his Tao, making him unable to go all out. At this time, Do chuckled. "What if Yang makes a move? That would be best." The God Emperor laughed. "He has been hiding for many years, and no one knows where he is. If we can lure him out this time, as long as we know his whereabouts, it will not be any worse than killing Fong Ping." After saying that, the God Emperor said again, "This time, I do not wish to see anyone else interfere. Gee, since the land realm has informed us, the possibility of them interfering is not high. However, we still have to remind them not to let what happened last time happen again." The God Emperor laughed. "Of course, even if they want to get rid of everything, Fong Ping is a bigger threat than us. Can't they see that? What about Chu Wu? It's fine. Fong Ping or Zhen have just killed Fist and the others. Chu will not help them now." Things were arranged one by one. Soon, everyone came to a decision. 7 level 9 clones descend. The Beast Emperor and the others must have paid a high price to condense level 9 clones. However, at this juncture, they did not care too much. Their real bodies could not leave. The other powerful emperors, in addition to condensing 2 level 9 clones this time, paid an even higher price. Earth, Startown, Ironhead, and Old Man Li returned. Seeing that they had returned, but Fong Ping had not, the few people who were drinking tea looked at the 2 of them. Old Zhang glanced at the 2 of them and raised his eyebrows. "Where is he?" "You know." Old Man Li could not be bothered with him. He said impatiently, They all want to kill him. Which powerhouse in the three realms does not want to kill him? So many things happen today. If he returns to Earth, the emperors might come to Earth directly to kill him. Can he come back? His tone was not good. Old Zhang was too lazy to care. He frowned and said, "If you blame me, then so be it. Anyway, I don't care if one more person hates me. What's the use of blaming you?" Old Man Li said angrily. "I despise you. How did you become the emperor? You're still this strong now. You're almost 100 years old. You're so weak. Don't you know how to work hard?" Cough, cough. On the side, the God Creation Envoy and the others coughed softly. It was about time. Who were you scolding? What 100-years-old person? So weak. Who were you talking to? Seeing that the two of them were arguing, Heavenly King Jin laughed and said, "All right, don't look like your parents died. How could that kid die so easily?" It was still necessary for him to lure and kill the Emperor's avatar. Now that the Emperor was trapped in the source, if the avatar was killed, there would be some loss of control over the three realms. This was an opportunity. Let's see how many avatars come this time. The emperors are not stupid. They won't underestimate Fong Ping if they kill him. A lion will use all its strength to catch a rabbit. Besides, Fong Ping is not a rabbit. Heavenly King Zhun exhaled. A conservative estimate, at least 5, for to kill Fong Ping, 1 to restrain this old man. Old Zhang smiled and said, "You're only worth 1? How much do I look down on you? In my opinion, at least 3 of them are enough to deal with you. Otherwise, wouldn't they be looking down on you? If one of them really comes, you can smash him and beat him up to 9th heaven to scold them. Who are you looking down on?" Heavenly King Zhun rolled his eyes. "Did you think that broken 9 was so easy to deal with? What were you thinking? You said it like you could kill broken 9 easily." Old Man Li said in a low voice, "For to kill Fong Ping? More or less? Maybe more." Heavenly King Zhun exhaled. "That kid is too hateful. He might destroy the Emperor's 10,000-year plan. The Emperors won't let him continue." "Then, isn't Fong Ping in danger?" "That depends on how strong this kid is." Heavenly King Jin looked at Old Man Li. He fought at beginner level. "Can you feel how strong he is?" "I don't know." Fist God and the others all committed suicide. Fong Ping didn't kill them. Fong Ping can only kill Broken 8 like Staff Saint. Heavenly King Zhun looked at him and sneered. "You don't believe me?" "I do." Old Man Li nodded and said, "But he really didn't kill Fist God. Fong Ping might have broken 9, but I think his vitality is 45 million calories at most. He stripped Tian Chen's Dao. It might not be useful. Besides, if he really burned it and Tian Chen died, even Old Cat would turn against him." Old Man Li said calmly, "Don't be fooled by him saying that he doesn't care. In reality, when the time comes, he might not burn his Dao. 45 million should be his limit. He broke 9 himself, not an avatar. It's fine to deal with 2 avatars, but more. He won't be able to hold on." Heavenly King Zhun pondered for a moment. "I have to guard the human world. Of course, I can hold back 1 or 2 avatars, but not more." God Creation Envoy laughed. "Why don't I go with Zhang Tao and the few of you to intercept one? You guys?" Heavenly King Zhun looked at them and said slowly, "Don't go. It's very dangerous. This time is different from the last time. This time it's to kill people. The last time the Avatar entered the mystic realm, its purpose was not to kill people, understand? Whoever stops it will die. It's not worth it to kill an Avatar and let you die. The few of you have a mission too." Everyone looked at him, but Heavenly King Jin looked at Old Man Li and said in a low voice, "The few of you, sneak into 9th heaven. Look for the immortal source. If you find the immortal source, see if there's a chance to remove the controlled Dao in the immortal source. You can't cut it. If you cut it, you might be in danger. It's best to strip it." 9th heaven? Zhang Tao said in a low voice, "We can't go in." "Nonsense. Just because you can't doesn't mean that no one can." Sky Subduing King glanced at the Creation God Envoy. The Creation God Envoy's face darkened. "You want me to go?" "Of course." As he spoke, Heavenly King Jin smiled and said, "Don't worry. Can Hong Kun and the others endure it? Right now, they were all waiting for an opportunity. Given the opportunity, would these people be willing to be controlled by others? On our side, we'll create the illusion that we're rescuing Fong Ping, making them think that we've all gone to rescue Fong Ping. These people would definitely make a move. They would not sit still and wait for death. When the time comes, all of you will hide in the dark and wait for them to fight with the Emperor's clone that was left behind. Then, all of you will find an opportunity to strip the Great Tao. The blacksmith definitely has a backup plan. He was the one who created the immortal source. He definitely has a way to safely remove it. Then, he added, it's best to create some fake paths to confuse the Emperor. As soon as he said that, Zhang Tao was tempted at first. Then he frowned and said, what about Fong Ping? I'm fine. Heavenly King Zhun smiled treacherously. How could he convince Hong Yu and the rest that someone had gone to rescue Fong Ping? Of course, they had to send experts over. Who? The fragrance of books. An expert who had broken through 9 levels. Once they joined the battle, there would be a huge commotion. It was obvious that they were not fighting alone. Zhang Tao and the rest only needed to go to the Forbidden Sea first. Who would know that they did not go to rescue Fong Ping, but hid in the dark and entered Ninth Heaven? Heavenly King Zhun exhaled. Don't worry about Fong Ping for now. The best choice is to free yourselves from the control. Otherwise, when the battle starts, you'll still be controlled by the immortal source. Do you really think you can get rid of it anytime you want? Let Hong Yu and the rest be the vanguard. They won't be quiet. You guys go quietly. If you succeed, you can still trick the Emperor. As he said that, Heavenly King Zhun added, be careful. Even if the Emperor sends his clone to kill Fong Ping, there will still be people left behind, and it might not be all of them. Heavenly King Zhun pondered for a moment, then said, go, inform Luan and Sherpa. Let them join in too. The second batch will enter. No, don't tell them the truth. Just say that Hong Yu and the rest are going. Let them seize the opportunity themselves. Li Han Song, you go with them. Let them think that the humans are unable to mobilize their forces. See if you can lure the Emperor's back up. On Wang Jinyang's side, I'll let him walk his own path. Go to the source, add some chaos, and attract the attention of the Emperor's true body, Blacksmith. This time it's up to you and Kid Zhang. Whether or not you can let the powerhouses of the human race get rid of the control without anyone knowing, it's all up to the two of you. The God Creation Envoy's expression was solemn. Let's make it clear first. There can't be too many people. Otherwise, I can't forge it. And there are too many of them. The Emperor is not an idiot. He will definitely find something unusual. Your own, Kid Zhang's, and Heavenly King Zhun thought for a moment, coughed dryly and said, there's also Li Zhun's and Jiang Tianming's. For is about right. The God Creation Envoy wanted to curse. You old thing, you only saved your godson and great-grandson's great-grandson. War King, Li Zhun, Zhang Tao, God Creation Envoy, just for? Heavenly King Zhun chuckled. Nonsense, there's too much. Can you forge it? Right now, the humans are slightly stronger. Fong Ping doesn't need it. Wang Jinyang and the rest don't need it either. They're on the true path. As for the others, do you know what's going on with their Tao? If that's the case, wouldn't 4 people be enough? Zhang Tao said faintly. Jiang Hao, the Thunder King, is almost at the Heavenly King realm. Aren't these 2 going to be saved? Then 6. Heavenly King Zhun's words were not sincere at all. It depended on the God Creation Envoy. The God Creation Envoy did not say anything. She only looked at Zhang Tao, looking slightly troubled. Your Tao is very special and must be very obvious. Of course, it's also very powerful. If I really strip it off, I'm afraid that something will go wrong and attract their attention. Heavenly King Zhun laughed and said, it's fine. They're actually not familiar with the Emperor's Tao. If Zhang Tao could really unify the 3 realms, the Emperor's Tao would have been stripped off by itself. But isn't there no way to unify the 3 realms now? The Emperor would not give him a chance either, so he could only strip it off himself. As for the forgery, you are a master. You can do it. Heavenly King Jin chuckled and said, "This kid Fong Ping is very useful this time. He has to restrain these avatars for a period of time, or even defeat these avatars to create opportunities for you and give you time. I still have to create an alibi for you. It's best if you leave all your avatars behind so that you can hide your existence. If the avatar left alive, the Emperor would definitely know that there was a problem. The boy attendant would be exposed, and Zhang Tao and the others would also be exposed if they did not rescue him. Even if the stripping of the great Dao succeeded, the Emperor would know that these people were out of control. When the time came, they might attack in advance. Old man Li could not help but ask, "What about me?" "You?" Heavenly King Jin laughed and said, "You are more useful. I don't know the exact situation on the immortal origin, but I'm worried that the blacksmiths won't be able to get close. Because you are out of control." Old man Li nodded. The God Creation Envoy looked at Heavenly King Jin and said in a deep voice, "What about yourself?" "Me?" Heavenly King Jin cursed in a low voice, "I've been tricked. Now that the great Tao is rooted in the origin, you don't have to care about me. It's useless to care about me. Don't touch my Tao. If you do, the source will react." After cursing for a while, Heavenly King Jin quickly said, "Everyone has a mission. Whether the human race can win in the end or not, this is very crucial. After this, the emperors will not give us another chance. Only by stripping off the great Tao can we think of a way to break through 9. Otherwise, if you break through 9, those people will definitely know and find out that something is amiss." Zhang Tao took a deep breath. He knew that Heavenly King Jin was right. However, he still could not help but say, "How will Fong Ping kill more than 4 broken 9 avatars? Once he is killed, is it useful for us to get rid of the great Tao's control? It's still more important to save Fong Ping, not to get out of control now. It's okay." Heavenly King Jin saw that they were still worried and said speechlessly, "If you say it's okay, it's okay. On Fong Ping's side, there is more than 1 broken 9. Not 1? Nonsense. If it's 1, he can't stop so many people." Heavenly King Jin humphed and said, "This guy is lucky. That cat should have broken 9 too. In addition, there is another broken 9 who will pretend to be you to rescue. Don't worry, 3 broken 9 powerhouses, not to mention 4 avatars. Even 6 avatars can deal with them." If he was not confident, he would not have gambled with Fong Ping's life. But he was confident. 3 broken 9. They were all the kind of true broken 9, the kind of great Tao that was not controlled. Broken 9 avatars needed 2 people to work together to deal with the Tao tree, let alone Fong Ping and the others. 3 broken 9. At this time, old Zhang also had a strange look in his eyes. This kid really hit it well. Previously, he said as if it was the truth that he could no longer improve, and his brain nucleus was cracked. Damn, in the blink of an eye, his lie was exposed. Heavenly King Jin said no more and said quickly, "Everyone get ready. Those who forge iron quickly forge great Tao. I don't know when the battle will break out here. I also have to go to the outer realm to wait. You guys keep an eye on the catacombs. If they don't make a move, you guys must not make a move. Li Hansong, you go find Luan and the others. Let them be the cover." Ironhead hesitated and said, "Then they're Tao. Don't worry about it." Heavenly King Jin said casually, "These 2 guys might be someone's pawns. It'll be easy to get into trouble if we interfere." Li Hansong said in a low voice, "Will they die?" "Probably not. Besides, they are not scheming against them. If they know about this, they will go themselves. Who doesn't want to get rid of control?" Heavenly King Jin laughed and said, "Even if you don't say it, if the people from the catacombs make a move, these 2 will still go. Do you think that with their personalities, they will give up this opportunity?" That was true. Ironhead felt relieved and nodded. "Okay, then I'll go inform them." After some discussion, the matter was finally settled. While the humans were discussing, the catacombs discussion also ended very quickly. At this time, it was obvious that they were secretly killing Fong Ping, but the 3 realms seemed to have reached a consensus, waiting for the Emperor to come and kill Fong Ping. Everything was ready. Only the East Wind was missing. You're tuning into the Warrior Lore YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.